Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live. Man, I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope y'all had a great day overall, man. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk. Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far. I highly doubt the notifications are gonna get sent out, but regardless, we in the building as we always do. You know what I mean? I took yesterday off because there wasn't really much to talk about. You know what I mean? I was gonna go live, but then I was like, I mean, I felt like I'd have been dragging it, so I was like, "Fuck it, we just gonna come back sharp tomorrow." You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that's in the building. You feel what I mean? We already got a few comments in here. I already got 12 people in the building. If y'all can hit the like button so we can get the algorithm on the up, that'd be very much appreciated. We back with the real. We back with the knowledgeable. So let's get into it, my brothers. Coffee plant in the building. What up? He said, "Oh shit, yeah." He must have read the title. My boy Chris OY said, "Go Birds." Absolutely, man. The Eagles did absolutely phenomenal against the Commanders. Beautiful defense. Jalen Hurts did his thing offensively, man. Saquon, you already know Saquon do what Saquon do. Uh, great fumble recoveries, and it was just a great overall performance, man. Hopefully that translates over to the Super Bowl because Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they ain't nothing to play with. You feel what I mean? So if we not on our best uh, game, it could be a rough night. You know what I mean? But I'm not too into football, so I ain't about to sit here and act like I'm an analyst. You feel what I'm saying? Forever dedicated. What up? He said, "Yo, Mark, you seen Rolly new interview on Fight Hype? Said he was watching him on Gear Car with his mom, and they show Ryan in the crowd, and he went to pull up on him to press him." That's some funny shit to see something on TV and be like, "I'm about to go see that nigga and pull up in person." That's pretty funny. But I guess when you're in Vegas, that's pretty convenient. You know what I mean? Old school. What up? Marissa Alvarez, I'm doing well. I hope everything's all right with you, Marissa. Salute, salute. Shout out to the young phenomenon, Marissa Alvarez, one of the most knowledgeable in the building. What's going on? Low nose boxing. He said, "What happened with Tank?" We're gonna talk about it. Slime, what up? Agent 007, what up? We got some people in the building. Okay. Okay. Mimi, what up? Yeah. Tito, what up, baby? I hope everything is all right with you in the military, brother. I mean, my boy Tito, he getting sent off into, I think, like, I don't know if that's called basic training or whatever the case is. I'm not too familiar with the military, but regardless, best of luck to him. So everybody in the chat, if y'all hearing this right now, show that boy Tito some love. You heard? Salute, salute, Witty. What up? What the slime do? I can't see it. Let me see. What you do, man? You out here acting up? Oh, you ain't mean to do that. All right, shit happens. Sometimes the rent slip. You feel what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, man, we got some things we need to speak about, man. We're gonna speak about Gervonta Davis and myself trading words on Twitter, on social media. Nick Ball saying he's the A side for the Inoue fight. We're gonna keep it real, we're gonna keep it honest. Then we're gonna get into some open topics, man, boxing or non-boxing related. I know a lot of y'all be kind of selfish with me. You know what I mean? Y'all always be wanting to talk about boxing, but sometimes it's good to decompress and talk about, other things. You know what I mean? I find other conversations therapeutic. So if anybody want to chop it up on a personal level, life type shit, just let me know. Tesla Marley, what? Damn, I ain't see you in a minute, man. What's going on? Shout out to Tesla Marley. Yeah, he responded to me on Twitter, yo. Tank called me a dumbass. So we gonna talk about it, bro. You know what I mean? Niggas ain't ruffling no feathers over here. You know what I mean? So especially on the internet. So we definitely gonna talk about that. You feel what I mean? It was just corny. You could tell that Tank don't got a lot of people around him who check him. You know what I mean? Or tell him that what he doing is wrong or how the way he moving kind of corny. You could tell Tank don't got a lot of that. And that's typically what happens with people once they get into a type of like when they get to a certain status, you know what I mean, in terms of like success or finances and shit like that. I feel like the people that end up being around you happen to be yes men or condone everything that you do, as long as that they're still on the payroll, they'll abide by whatever the fuck you tell them. You feel me? So that's the type time that he be on. Low nose boxer said Tank be having some bladish tendencies. Well, that's the new generation, bro. It's like a lot of these dudes be wanting to fit into trends so bad, or be wanting to be so unique or different so bad that they end up, resorting to doing feminine shit. You know what I mean? Like wearing handbags. Like y'all want to stand out so bad that y'all willing to take after this European style, I guess you would call it, and conform to like looking like a woman. You feel what I mean? Y'all hood niggas is already having y'all pants sagging off y'all ass, and you know what I'm saying, doing weird shit like that, just trying to garner the wrong attention, trying to show that you so gangster and low key. That's the shit that men do in prison to get another man's attention. But a lot of people don't really speak about that. You feel what I mean? So nowadays, you know what I mean, these dudes wearing tight ass shirts, fucking skinny jeans, little shit, handbags, and now a lot of niggas rocking baggy shit. That's the new that trend coming back around. But um, a lot of feminine shit. You know what I mean? They do whatever them Europeans tell them, and you know, it is what it is. Yeah, Shiesty's kind of outdated, but some people still wear them. You know what I mean? Especially hood niggas. You know what I mean? I make them niggas take that shit off as soon as they walk in my gym. As soon as I see a Shiesty, I'll stop whatever I'm doing. I'm like, yo, you gotta take that off, cuz. I remember the one time a boy act like he ain't hear me. I put my hand right on his shoulder. I'm like, yo, you heard me? You gotta take that shit off. He's like, all right. And he like pulled the John off, and you could tell he was so uncomfortable. I'm like, yo, like y'all be acting like these Shiesties be y'all identity and shit. Like, what's wrong with y'all niggas? Niggas like they act like when Mr. Krabs, that nigga came out his shell and he was like all embarrassed because he was like all like naked and shit. He didn't have his shell. That's how niggas be acting with their shiesties and shit. Like, bro, that's not you, bro. You wasn't born with that. You don't need that. You feel what I'm saying? Some of these niggas genuinely be having ops though, and they don't want to be caught lacking. So I get it, but especially in Philly, but that shit do be corny. Shit be a burnout. And a lot of niggas in Philly is shooters, so hey man. Sometimes it be kids just trying to fit in, but other times it be like they really be in some shit. Yeah, they was wearing them in the summer. Fucking shoulders and arm tan, face pale as a motherfucker. Like, y'all niggas be wildin'. But anyways, let's get into the boxing talk, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. We got 19 people. Let's get 19 likes. Let's get 19 likes, y'all. We about to talk about this Gervonta Davis conversation. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna speak too much on it because it is some deep, personal street shit that Gervonta was alluding to. You know what I'm saying? And that's not stuff that I really care to talk about on the internet. You know what I mean? If we having a one-on-one conversation and we could chop it up, behind closed doors and shit like that. But, some shit is deeper than the internet. You know what I mean? And not everything needs to be discussed on the internet. I know there's a lot of transparency on the internet nowadays, and people will say anything for some type of attention or have, whatever, anything for clout. But I'm not one of those people, and that's why I'm growing my channel the slow way. You feel me? So let's get into this conversation, man. I'm gonna actually show y'all the screenshot while I'm at it. Gervonta Davis, he was on his little tweeting spree as he usually does, tweeting and deleting that corny shit that I always be speaking about. That's what Gervonta Davis was indulging in. And, I noticed the pattern with Gervonta that he typically does that whenever he has a fight. You know what I'm saying? So there was a post that he seen Gilly the Kid. Gilly the Kid is one of the biggest names out of Philadelphia right now in terms of content creators, rapper, has $1 million worth of game and podcasts. And, he ran into some tough times. You know what I'm saying? A father's worst fear, me being a father myself, he had lost his son, you know what I mean, due to gun violence. That's stuff that you could look up. I'm not going to get into specifics or anything like that. But Gilly had some troubling times a couple years back. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 years ago, but it was fairly recent. You know what I mean? And Gilly has been going viral lately for being a huge supporter of the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's getting to the point where him and the Eagles are collabing in terms of, coming together to celebrate their victories. And it's dope, man. I just love seeing the city happy. And here comes Gervonta Davis, this fucking feminine, weird ass nigga. And he talk about how, and this was so funny, Philadelphia is the home of the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Within Philadelphia, there's Philadelphians. And the Eagles is the biggest sports team in the city. Don't no team in Philly get support like the Eagles. Not the Sixers, not the Flyers. No other sports team gets as much love as the Eagles. That's hands down, no debating. You feel what I mean? So Gervonta Davis sees people in Philadelphia celebrating that they're going to the Super Bowl, as they should. And he has a problem with that. He comes out of his way to say that they're dick eating. How the fuck is that dick eating? Like, nigga, do you know what dick eating mean? You know what dick eating is? When you want to know what's dick eating? Dick eating is when you got so much hate for a nigga that you willing to support a drug cheat beating that person that you have hate against. That's dick eating. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if they got a different definition of Baltimore. Shout out to my Baltimore niggas, man. I done been over there plenty of times. You feel what I mean? But dick eating is when, like, you doing some extra shit, like you doing some extra unnecessary shit. Philadelphia celebrating a Philadelphia team going to the biggest event, one of the biggest events, and this, in sports. It's not dick eating. That's them being fans. So by Tank's logic, if Tank were to knock a nigga out in the crowd and all of his fans were to celebrate and go crazy because he just had a big win, they dick eating. You feel what I'm saying? And maybe this was Tank trolling because, that's what Gervonta Davis fans say all the time. Oh, he's trolling, bro. Oh, he's trolling. Oh, man, y'all need to get all Gervonta back, man. He trolling. Okay. So maybe he was trolling. You feel what I mean? But he was just being hella corny, hella salty. You know what I mean? And then he's seen a video of Gilly, right? Mind you, from what I understand, Tank and Gilly had a good rapport. They probably still do. I don't know. But he see Gilly dancing in the Eagles locker room, and he said, oh, I know why he really celebrating. Oh, I know why he really celebrating. It ain't because of the Eagles, blah, blah, blah. All this crazy shit. First of all, nigga, you from Baltimore, so he probably salty that his Ravens or whoever, you know what I'm saying, if he backed the Ravens that, you know what I mean, dumb niggas got sent to Cancun early. You know what I mean? They ain't nobody problem. You know what I mean? That's just something that y'all need to get past. You feel what I mean? Y'all niggas got one of the most talented motherfucking quarterbacks in the league, and y'all niggas keep fucking up the money. So, I mean, that's probably what Tank's salty about. But for those of y'all who don't know what happened, there's been a lot of reports out here allegedly that the man that was responsible for, eliminating Gilly's son was eliminated recently. And a lot of people, a lot of conspiracy theorists on social media coming out saying Gilly has something to do with it. And, just a lot of ridiculous shit that is not true. You feel what I mean? I got the inside scoop. I mean, if my boy Ree in the building, he could tell you what's going on. I'm tapped in. Because a lot of these dudes that I grew up with, they deep in these streets. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, I ain't going to say too much. I ain't going to mention nobody's name or anything like that. But regardless, that's what Tank was alluding to. And in all honesty, that's super corny for somebody with Tank's platform to be bringing that to the spotlight. Tank got hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. For you to bring that to the forefront for people to see, you putting heat on Gilly for that. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out here trying to say that this was some type of murder for hire and all this bullshit. Why would you want to bring that to the light? You always coming out saying how you some type of street nigga and niggas pull up to your crib and you got this whole tough guy persona, and low key you out here alluding to this nigga celebrating because, you know what I mean, the suspect and the alleged suspect and his son's murder was eliminated. And I'm saying eliminated, you know what I mean? I'm being careful with my words. You know what I mean? Because, they demonetize anything nowadays. But yeah, man. So I thought that was really fucking corny. And you low key, like, I'm not gonna say snitching, but you kind of is at the end of the day because you making it seem like he has something to do with that situation happening, or like you just acting like you tapped in, and that shit just extremely corny at the end of the day. And on some real shit, that's dick eating. That's dick eating. You speaking on some shit you don't know about. You being Joe as shit. You don't know what the fuck going on. You got no inside details. You just hearing shit that you going on the internet. And you trying to run with it when all your information is off. So it's like you use a cornball. So Mazuma TV, we hold niggas accountable over here. And I know you will look at my Twitter, you see a lot of the shit that I'm saying towards Tank, but it's because Tank say a lot of dumb shit. If Devin Haney said a lot of dumb shit on his Twitter, I would say it. I would reach out and be like, nigga, what's up with you? You know what I'm saying? I did the same shit with Najee because he be having some terrible takes on boxing, terrible takes. And I'm like, yo, Najee, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, you sound like you and he got to be new to the sport of boxing. He definitely knew. Like yeah, I mean, he started off, on a roll with all these top interviews and shit like that. But you could really tell that he came from a different world, and now he's trying to learn this world. And you can't really reach that hardcore boxing fan phase without getting through the casual phase. And I feel like at this point in time, Najee is aspiring to be a hardcore boxing fan, but he's currently in the phase of being a casual. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody start there. It is what it is. I started off as a casual boxing fan, really young in life. And as I continued to learn and, research and study, I eventually became a hardcore boxing fan. And it's to the point where not many people could out talk me on the boxing sense. I mean, that's not being arrogant. It is what it is. No, I never said Najee was a solid Nate. He contributes a lot to. I've been on his platform before, and I tell him all the time. He helps push the boxing culture forward, so I appreciate him. But in terms of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you an expert mechanic, right? Let's say you like, nigga, you got 30 plus years in the automotive industry as a mechanic, right? And dude that who's getting a lot of attention on social media for being a mechanic. He's dealing with all these different cars and celebrities. And when you hear him talk about cars, you could tell that he don't know as much as you, or he's like at the level, like how the way that he's worded things, or how the way he's talking about things, you could tell he's still like a rookie. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I assess him. I never had nothing negative to say about Najee, but he be having some crazy, talking points and, arguments. And it's like, this shit not really adding up. Like, I could tell you still got some more learning to do. You got some more growing to do. And I got some more growing to do myself. You feel what I'm saying? But regardless, I actually do have the screenshot. But of course, before I could screenshot it, he deleted the tweet because he know he was dead wrong. And he talking about some shit he don't know nothing about. So I went out of my way to respond to Tank. You know what I'm saying? I said, you alluding to shit you know nothing about. You don't know nothing about these Philly street politics. Stay in your lane and keep dancing in thong sandals. Fuck nigga. Those are Mazuma TV's words. You know what I mean? That's what I had to say. You know what I mean? I didn't really like how he was coming across, so I just felt like he needed to be told that. You feel what I'm saying? Him in response, he puts, "What the fuck are you talking about, dumbass?" And then he puts the what's that? See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, John. You feel what I'm saying? And then I wrote, "Hoe ass nigga, quick to delete something. You know what I'm talking about." And he knew exactly what I was talking about. So Tank, he tap danced with his thong sandals into the sunset. He never responded. You feel what I mean? So he went out of his way to talk about some shit he didn't know about. I called it out, you know what I mean? Because that does hit close to home. Where that incident happened with Gilly's son is right up the block from where I happen to live. I know the people, I've on some real shit, I've done business and been around people who are affiliated with those gangs, and it's been a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering that has been going on as a result of these, wars that's going on in these streets. You know what I mean? And Gilly fell victim to that. And on some real shit, his son wasn't even in the mix, so he was an innocent bystander. And that's something that I can honestly say publicly. That kid was an innocent bystander. He had no business falling victim to that. Just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. So, you know what I mean? For Tink to speak about that, he don't even know, the details of what's going on, and just assuming that Gilly happy because of that. Maybe that's Gilly. Maybe Gilly celebrating and him just bringing that energy to the table. Maybe that's him trying to distract himself from dealing with that pain. Because and we know this as men. We hide a lot of shit that we go through, right? Because at the end of the day, men don't really get the spotlight shined on them for, in terms of receiving unconditional love. You know what I mean? When nobody really talks about, men's mental health like Chris O.Y. does. You feel what I mean? So, and that's why men happen to lead in suicide rates and all this other type of shit. I'm not trying to go too deep into this, but, maybe Gilly, because I know when Gilly get home after a long day of work and shit like that, I know those negative feelings, that pain, that trauma alters. You feel what I mean? So um maybe that's Gilly distracting himself from the pain. Maybe that's Gilly uh you know trying to find a way to heal. Maybe that's him just taking a step back from reality and actually, trying to find some sort of peace or happiness. But you go out of your way. This is crazy because Tank got kids. You know what I mean? So he should be a little bit more sensitive with what the fuck come out his mouth. Um, he comes out of here and makes it seem like Gilly's celebrating, and it's not because of the Eagles, but it's because, you know what I mean, the situation that transpired with his son. You think he want to think about what happened with his son, or even think about the suspect that was behind doing what he did to his son and shit like that, allegedly? Niggas don't want to think about that, bro. That's shit that we trying to, heal from, move on from. You feel what I mean? So he's just a cold weirdo, bro. Like, if y'all fuck with the nigga as a fighter, that's cool. You know what I mean? I like his skill set, I like his abilities, but how the way he be moving as a person, bro, I don't know how you could fuck with dude. The nigga is a cornball. He already pussy. You know what I'm saying? He already pussy. He the only nigga walking this earth that got a problem with Turkey Sheik giving out bags of money. Him and his dicky and ass supporters. Dicky and ass supporters. The only nigga walking this earth that's mad about a nigga putting up bags to make big fights happen. And like Shakur Stevenson said, Turkey Sheik make your balls drop. Pause in terms of, no more ducking shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in your bag, and if you want this bag that Turkey Sheik putting up, you gotta face the best competition. Because I haven't seen Turkey Sheik put up a bag for a nigga to get a cherry pick yet. You feel what I mean? And Mimi said Tank clearly has inner demons he hasn't confronted. He's out of pocket. He's definitely out of pocket, but he's admitted that himself. He was talking about how he wants to go to therapy and deal with his traumas and his issues. Like, Tank got more than just trauma and anger issues. Like, he's mentally, delayed. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of these boxing dudes are, if we being real. You know what I'm saying? When you look over the landscape of boxing, a lot of these niggas missing a loose screw. A lot of these niggas got a loose screw and shit like that. But he's a goofy. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my personal opinion. Niggas can feel however they want to feel. We got 41 people in the building. Might not be people that like what I gotta say, but me and Gervonta Davis trade words on Twitter. I thought he was a cornball for speaking on some shit. You know what I mean? Speaking about another man's traumatic event and making it seem like it was about that traumatic event instead of him just celebrating life. And he got corrected for it. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just not a smart thing to do. And this nigga Tank, 30 years old, acting like that. Niggas be going out of their way trying to come across so mysterious. Like, I'm gonna tweet this real quick, then I'm gonna delete it. And nigga, you're a fucking goofy, bro. Oh, let me I posted it. Oh, let me delete it. Like, just fucking corny. Trying to develop this type of mystique about yourself, like, you dumbass. You know they gonna screenshot as soon as they get notified, right? That's what these reporters be doing. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Typical corny shit from Gervonta Davis, and the only niggas that will seem to legitimize this is his corny ass fans. So it is what it is. And shout out to the people that's fans of Tank but hold him accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas don't justify everything he do. Like, Low Nose Boxing, huge Teofimo Lopez fan. But whenever T.O. do some nut shit, he call him out for it, as he should. Just because you a fan of somebody, don't mean you gotta justify every move they make. J805, he said, "What did Tank say? I just got here." You're gonna have to rewind back, brother. That was a long dialogue, man. My apologies. Yeah, I mean, I showed the screenshot, everything. So me and Tank had traded words, and of course, he went on to delete it. This nigga said, this nigga said that. No, you speaking about Tank mom? That's wild, slime. You gotta chill. We ain't gonna go that crazy. I don't see nobody commenting nothing crazy, so they must be blocked on my side. I don't know. Let me see. Damn, what did Quip FC do? Coffee plant, why you do that to Quip FC? I got you, Lo. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Tank be getting at anyone. He told Ray when he see him, he gonna do something to him. Listen, I know Ray people and shit like that. I don't know Ray personally, but Ray people, I don't think that's the type nigga you want, get into it with. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just say that. Yeah, man. Shout out to Equip FC. What's going on, brother? I hope everything's well with you. Let me
Oh,
see. You,
what's goody, man?
what's going on? Talk to me. What's on your mind?
Not just walking home, man, from work. I was thinking boxing fans are the most toxic fans in any sport. It's sad to say that. And I say that because when, let's say, example, I fuck with you because even though we might not like the same fighters, it's still respectful. You know what I mean? You root for who you root for. I root for who I root for. It doesn't trickle down to us disrespecting each other. You know what I mean? Other sports, right? Example, I live in New York.
Right.
And I used to live in Philly. So when it comes to baseball, I'm a Met fan. When it comes to football, I'm an Eagles fan. So in New York, the Mets and the Yankees have a rivalry, right? However, I know other Yankee fans, right? And it's still all love. Everybody root for whoever they want to root for. But in this YouTube community, if I'm on a platform that happens to be, let's say, a Devin fan or let's say a Tank fan, and they know I'm a Teal fan, niggas won't be disrespectful.
Yeah, that's how you know these niggas like they really internet niggas. Because if they had any type of common sense or like actually done been through some shit, they know that ain't no point in getting personal with niggas about a sport. These a lot of these fighters don't even know who the fuck you is for real. So why you taking it so personal to the point where you calling them out their name or I mean you threatening them with violence and shit like that, bro? I done been on multiple channels where like I done spoke on what I believed what happened in the fight or what I thought about a fighter, and then they'd be like, "Oh man, you a casual, bro." But mind you, I've been in boxing my whole damn near my whole life. So to call me a casual is fucking nuts, regardless of whether you agree with my opinion or not. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's goofy shit, bro. It's really goofy, and I agree with you, bro. They might be
That's what I don't
boxing
like
fans
about it.
might be the most toxic motherfuckers, bro. All you gotta do is go on Twitter and see what these niggas talking about. These niggas be talking about anything but boxing, bro. Should be crazy.
And if you put a comment, let's say you see something on YouTube and you put a comment under it, that person's fan base is gonna start attacking you, talking crazy. Like people will calling me a casual. I'm like, come on, man. I'm not. And me, I don't go back and forth because I'm not with that. I don't got no rap for that because I deal with reality. We're not gonna see each other, so I'm not gonna waste my breath typing going back and forth with you. You know what I mean? But
Right.
it's just toxic, man. It's just real toxic. I'm very selective now with what channels I jump on. Before in the beginning, I jump on whoever would invite me because I'm like, fuck it, I'm trying to get myself out there. But I ran into a lot of times where I was in channels and niggas were disrespectful. Everybody in the comments were disrespectful because they weren't agreeing with what I was saying. Like, it's just corny, man. Meanwhile, I can hang out with a Yankee fan and go.
Shit, we lost low. I get where he was coming from though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easier to coexist with fans that are a part of different sports, but in boxing, especially when you go on social media, uh, it's very toxic. And when I was a young little angry nigga, man, I used to love them type of environments, bro. Yo, Lo, I can hear you now, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I had
So
lost
you
you.
ain't. What's the
You
last thing you heard me say?
you said you could chill with a Yankee fan and that type shit.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, because like I said, the boxing shit is corny. That's only online. That's only online because cause I go outside, I go to the fights. I'm not one of these niggas that be on YouTube trolling niggas, and then they can't even go to a fight. They can't go nowhere. Like I'm the type of person, right? If I go to a gym, example, I was in the gym with Devin Haney one time. I seen him in the gym. He came over to my gym in Manhattan. And I made a little video one time. I said a couple of things about him one time. And I stand on what I say. I'm not going to be an idiot and come up to you and try to get an interview with you after I done said some shit because you're not going to sit there and make me look bad and try to turn me down. Like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. I've seen that happen to other content creators where they made a video or they said something about a boxer and the boxer took it a certain way. And then they would try to go and get an interview and the boxer would just shut them down. Like, nigga, I ain't talking to you.
Yeah, I seen that shit happen with Ellie Seckback. He would talk so greasy about Tyson Fury, right? And listen, if you don't fuck with a nigga and you got your reasoning, it is what it is. You like you said though, you gotta stand on what you're talking about. So this nigga Ellie, ES News would go with dead ass after talking all that crazy shit about Tyson Fury would go up to him and try to interview him. Tyson Fury was like, "Nope, I ain't giving you no interview. Like, fuck out of here. Like, get out." Then he literally was pissed off because he got kicked out of a fucking media scrum. It's like, nigga, what you expect? What you expect?
But
Like, you over here talking greasy about nigga. Bro, listen, I don't walk past many fighters that I've said shit about. Now, am I going up to him like, yeah, you a fuck nigga? Like, no, never. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not
that's
that type of
corny.
person. Yeah, that's hella corny. And you know what I'm saying? That just ain't me. I'm not no problematic person. But at the same time, I ain't about to sit here and joke the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm
No.
about to sit here and be like, yo, bro, like, I fuck with yo, man. Yo, you can fight, dog. And
Yeah.
over here talking about fuck this nigga and this nigga ass. Nah, bro, we not doing none of that. You feel me? I don't even know how niggas feel right as men doing that. Like you go around being a chatty patty, you talking greasy about niggas, then you over here on this dick next time you see him trying to ask for a picture. That should be ass backwards, bro. I don't be feeling none of that shit.
Yeah. I can't do that, man. I thought there was gonna be energy with Belanga one time because I said something about Belanga. I was out of pocket. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I actually ran into Belanga at the Xander Zayas fight. So he walked past me, whatever. He was talking to Carissa Shields. I didn't say nothing to him, but he looked directly towards my way because the people that I was with, they were rooting for him. What's up? How you doing? Hi. I'm good. And you?
Oh, uh-oh.
Don't stay out late. It's too late. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, huh?
No. But
Yeah, I'm outside right now. Yeah, but like I said, I'm in front of my building. So yeah, like I said, so the people that I was with, they were Belanga fans, so they were like, hey, Belanga. And to my surprise, he showed love to them and he looked at me and he was acting cool too. Like I'm like, all right, thank you, I respect that. You know what I mean? He wasn't acting, he knows it is what it is as far as YouTubers, whatever the case may be. And he ain't say nothing crazy to me. And that was that. He was like, yeah, Puerto Rico, whatever. Cause
yeah, yeah.
I said some crazy out of pocket shit too. I thought he was gonna say something to me, man. Because at one time I was a Valanga fan, but then I seen how he was moving at one point. He was getting too cocky. His performances wasn't consistent, and I said something to the extent. This is before Tio made the Puerto Rican comment. I said if I can make a trade, I'll trade and turn Teofimo Puerto Rican and trade him for Edgar Belanga. That's what I said.
That's some
And
wild shit.
then and the reason why I felt that he felt some kind of way is because
Yo, Lo,
he blocked me on Instagram.
I'm gonna let you keep talking, but we got a special guest in the building, man. My boy,
Yeah.
Mastermind 96. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, how you doing, man? Great show, man. Listening to your guests, man. You
Oh
pretty
wow.
good. You did trade Tiafimo in.
What he
Yeah,
said?
let's let Lo finish what he was saying though. Go ahead, Lo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so like I said, the reason why I felt like he had feelings about that is because he blocked me on Instagram because I couldn't find him on Instagram at all. I'm like, what the fuck? He deleted his IG. But mind you, I have another Instagram promoting my CMOS. So I punched his name in, and I'm like, all right, he really blocked me. He blocked me on Low Nose Boxing. So then, like I said, when I seen him in the Madison Square Garden, I wasn't sure if he was gonna say something to me or not. But he didn't. He just looked our way and was like, yeah, Viva Puerto Rico, and started chatting Puerto Rico, whatever. And I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Belong guy, he got tough skin.
Right.
Even though
You
he
got
go back
to
and
keep
forth on
in mind.
Twitter.
you gotta keep in mind though. I'm sure he deal with a lot of niggas that say wild shit. He probably don't block a shit ton of niggas, so he probably ain't even peep it was you.
Yeah,
For real.
that's why I was surprised because he's known for move out, he move.
Oh, all right. Yeah, yeah. Yo, Mastermind, what's on your mind, baby? What we talking about?
Yeah, man. What y'all trade words about what happened, man? Y'all was beefing?
Nah, man, Tank just said some stupid shit. All right, I'm gonna sum it up. I'm gonna sum it up for everybody that's in the building. So I seen Tank going on his little, what's that shit called? Nigga was having an episode on Twitter just talking crazy about everybody.
Okay.
Uh, and he had spoke on some shit that deeply affected my city and shit like that. And if for those of y'all who don't know what I'm talking about, Gilly the King, I mean, big figure from Philadelphia and shit like that. 2 years ago, he had lost his son. You know what I'm saying? The gun violence. So there was that, and then there was a situation where Low probably gonna come back, but there was a situation where allegedly the person who was responsible for doing that to Gilly's son had been had fell victim to gun violence as well. So that's what's just been circulating on the internet. No truth to it at all. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like, Gilly being involved and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Tank pretty much saw a video of Gilly dancing in the Eagles locker room and was saying, "Oh, I know why he really celebrating. I know why he really celebrating, like snitching on the nigga." You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
making it seem like he had something to do with it, or you know what I mean? Like he you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, why he just can't be celebrating that the Eagles going to the Super Bowl? That's a big fucking deal.
Right. Right.
You know what I
He a
mean?
big
So
Eagles fan.
yeah, he always been. So I had wrote to him because I saw what he said. He deleted it so quick that I screenshot it. So he knew he was dead wrong for speaking on that shit, right? Low key
Right.
snitching, he on some dick, he like really dicking because he don't know what the fuck he talking about. So I said, you alluding to shit you know nothing about. You don't know nothing about these Philly street politics. Stay in your lane and keep dancing in thong sandals. Fuck nigga. That's what I called him. So then he
Right. Ain't
said,
nobody
he
celebrating,
said,
like you said.
he said, "What the fuck are you talking about, dumbass?" And then he put he was like trying to be sarcastic, like can't see, like hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. And I wrote, "Hoe ass nigga, quick to delete something. You know what I'm talking about." And he never responded after that. So Tank just
Yeah.
speaking on shit he don't know nothing about. He just speak way too loose, bro. Like some shit, and he got kids, so I don't even know why he felt the need to even allude to that type of shit. You know what I mean? But for niggas
Right.
who not tapped in on Philly politics and shit, that might have went over their head. But I peeped what he was talking about, and that's all that matters. So I checked it. You know what I mean? So it is
Oh
what it
yeah,
is.
and you had to because there's no way he's celebrating that. He's not celebrating that. He'll be celebrating if it ain't nothing bringing his son back. So he's not celebrating. He's hurt behind that. Like you said, nothing
Exactly.
gonna bring his son back. So yeah, I know exactly what he meant when he said that. Nah, you can't sneak it in against people that's around it like you. You know what he's talking about. Like, oh, you trying to be
And that's the
funny?
thing too. So it's like, because there's already people coming out and saying that Gilly did some type of murder for hire and shit like that. There's like all these people just putting out all these lies on the internet, trying to get niggas indicted for real, for real. And like you over here and you got hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter, and now you bringing that to your platform for people to see. And you really trying to get the ball rolling on that, and that shit corny and shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I don't know, that was just typical cornball shit, low key snitching on a nigga. You know what I mean? Like just super weird shit, bro. Super weird shit. And I wasn't fucking with
yeah.
that at all. You know what I mean?
And
Like that
like you
might have
said,
went
that's
over a
two
lot of
different.
people's head. That might have went over a lot of people's head, but I caught it for sure.
Yeah, and it's two different age groups. Like you said, at his age, yeah, y'all on that, but at Gilly age, he had to like he got Wallow. You know, Wallow and them, they positive guys. They not about that murder for hire guy. They ain't even about that.
And, you know,
You know, what I mean? I can see if that was what they was promoting.
Right. And Gilly probably trying to forget about all that shit or not try to dwell on it. He over here trying to have a good time and you bringing that shit back to his attention. Like, niggas is
Yeah,
corny,
man.
bro.
I'm a fan of
Super corny.
Cheese though. I like Cheese, Mazuma. I was a fan of him when he was alive. You feel me? His music.
Yeah, I
He
never
used to
really
rap
listened.
Cheese. Yeah, you know, I listen to art, man. I listen to everything, man. Hey, that's Gilly. Gilly a beast though. Gilly a beast in his day, in his prime.
Oh yeah, Gilly he could rap his ass off. He just didn't get the push that he needed for real. Because Gilly had the swag, he had the charisma, he could rap. You know what I
The
mean?
swag, the
But
charisma, the confidence.
yeah, that all go together. Like he had all of that, and he had a nice little flow. He had some good bars. He was nasty, bro. And to this day, I still believe that he helped Lil Wayne write a lot of his best shit. You know what I mean? Because he was affiliated with Cash Money and all that. But I think what happened with Gilly, from what I heard, was he wasn't trying to sell his publishing. He wasn't trying to get
Mm-hmm.
it up. So niggas like sat him on the shelf, and that shit threw his career off. But when you stay true to yourself and you keep it moving, other opportunities will arise. You know what I mean? And that's what happened with Gilly, in my opinion. Wallow was the catalyst behind him finding a new lane and becoming successful.
And that's the fact about Lil Wayne. When he got with Gilly, you heard the whole style switch up. The
Yeah, and Gilly be
style switch.
rapping just like Carter 3, Lil Wayne, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Monster. Like you said, man, Philly off the chain, man. Man, I'm about to go
Yeah.
dead, man. I'm gonna have to charge up, man. But I'm gonna listen to you, brother.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you, baby.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. My boy Mastermind made a short appearance. He usually be on all day chopping it. But he probably tired, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be here too much longer neither. But yo, Lorenzo Beans was that nigga on some real shit, bro. Like if we like keeping it 1,000, Beans was probably like the best. Like I fuck with his aggression, his delivery. You know what I mean? Like his music, I still be listening to that shit. Siegel was the name that they gave me. Being it. The Truth. I listen to The Truth all the time. That beat was crazy. Burn, burn. I forgot how that shit go. Truth. Every time I step in the booth, I speak the truth. Come on, man. Come on, man. Beans was the man, cuz. That battle he had with Jada Kiss, I'm about to sun kiss like a soda. Come on, man. Mazuma, who my favorite rapper? We gonna go with all time. We gonna go J. Cole. This ain't in no particular order, but J. Cole been my favorite rapper of this era, like of this current era, since I was like 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? When he first came out, before he dropped Sideline Story, right when he signed with The Rock. But J. Cole, Nas, DMX. DMX is my nigga heavy. Who else? That's 3 right there. And then after that, it's like, I mean, you can mix it up. Like I fuck with Fabulous, Jada. You know what I mean? I fuck with a lot of New York rappers the more I think about it, because J. Cole wasn't from New York, but he was heavily inspired by New York and he lived there for many years. I think he went to St. John's.
He might
So
have been from DC, I think.
no, he from Fayetteville. He from North Carolina. But
Okay.
he moved up to New York for school, and he lived up there like his whole like young adult life. But I don't really be listening to these new rappers all like that. I like that new nigga. I like his swag. I fuck with Big X the Plug, the fat nigga. He tough.
We talking
Uh,
hip hop?
yeah.
Oh man, I'm a connoisseur, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorites like of
What
all
New York
time,
rap?
like
I just told you, Pedro, my favorite New York rappers all time. Nas, DMX, Jada Kiss. I fuck with Fab. I was never really that big of a Cameron nigga, but I fuck with his swag.
he made good music.
Big
Yeah,
L. Big L was nasty. Big Pun, of
my
course. I'm Puerto Rican, so you got right. Big Pun was one of the craziest,
my favorite New York rapper of all
illest.
time. I would say favorite New York rapper at one point. Jay. I don't listen to no more recent Jay Z. The
Yeah,
dude that was
Jay Z, Reasonable Doubt, The Blueprint.
yeah,
I
the
even
Black
fucked with
album.
444 a little bit because he was kicking a lot of game on 444.
I mean, I was been a fan of Jay until we started talking too much into that Illuminati talk, but I don't want to get into that. AZ, the boy that used to rap with Nas.
AZ, one of them. I think he
AZ,
the
one of
most.
my favorites.
I think you know it's crazy. When I left the Barclays after the Broner and Jesse Vargas fight, them niggas was blasting AZ and Nas. That John, how you living?
Yeah, that
I was
joint.
playing
That
that
was
shit
one of them.
outside when I was walking to the parking lot. So AZ probably the most underrated rapper of all time, bro. Like Sugar
Right
Hill.
now, I'm biased. Right now, I'm very biased with
AZ
hip
was
hop. Like right
nasty.
now,
Oh, yo, I don't know how I forgot 50 Cent, cuz that's one of my favorites
yeah,
ever.
Tupac. I was a crazy Tupac boy growing up.
Yeah. I ain't never, you know
Yeah,
what's crazy? I never really got too crazy with Pac.
nah,
Like there was a like he had a few songs like Ambitious of a Rider, one of my favorites all time.
nah, man. I go before that. I go way. But I'm gonna tell you, like right now, growing up. Remember, how you 27, right?
I was a big nigga though. I was a
I'm in my
BIG nigga.
40s, so I was listening to shit like in the 90s before the 90s really got hot with the East Coast rap. I was big on the Ghetto Boys, and I was listening to
My dad used to rock
E-
the my dad used to blast the Ghetto Boys. Mine playing tricks on me.
EPMD. But when Tupac made that video, Brenda Got a Baby, I've never seen nothing like that in my life in a rap song. He was rapping about young teenage girl having a baby at an early age. She got raped by a cousin, then she killed herself. Like it was a crazy. I never seen nothing like that. So I'm like, he really made some thought provoking music, and that really caught my attention because he was really talking about real life stuff. But right now, I'm
Nas
gonna
was
be real
the
with
same
you.
way though. Nas
No,
had some
not like Pac. Not like Pac.
what?
Nas was more colorful as far as with his wordplay, but Tupac was making like real
Yeah,
deep songs
great
about real
storyteller.
life stuff. Like he was talking about like real shit. But right now, I only listen to one rapper. He's from Philly. There's a rapper called Old Ass Ryder. I'm telling you, that dude is
Yeah, he came
nasty.
to my gym a couple times. I know who Rod is.
He's the only rapper right now in this generation that I listen to that he could actually rap. He sings hooks. His music is crazy. It just baffles me. I don't know why Meek Mill don't support him, and he's part of his camp. He don't
I
put him
got a
on.
question for you, Lo. How many niggas you know from Philly that Meek really supported crazy?
Core.
No, not at
He
all.
rocked with Core.
When
I'm
when
saying
when, when he probably rock with Corey, they probably cool and all that. But
no Core signed to him.
when he put him in when he put him in position to really have like a big moment,
He
this
didn't
nigga
put remember,
this
he
nigga
didn't put
Meek
nobody
had
in
all these
position.
big albums. Why Corey never got a feature on none of his albums?
This dude, all he does is repost rappers from other states, right? Since
Yeah,
Ryder dropped that Tales from Kensington too, right? Everybody is posting them. Young Chris did like a whole project with him. It
y'all
feels like
niggas.
he Young Chris artist because Young Chris doing songs with him. Ryder is Garcia's artist. You know who Garcia is, right?
No, I ain't familiar.
And Garcia, that's Meek's artist. That's also Meek's muscle. And that's
Oh,
his artist. So this dude ain't post none of his stuff. He ain't do a song with him or nothing.
Meek, right?
Yeah,
That's
listen to
not
that album. It's called
that's not
Tales
a
from Kensington.
coincidence, bro. Bro, listen, I know a guy that does production for a lot of these dream chasing niggas, bro. They be begging for money for studio time, cuz I've been hearing this for years. Meek don't give a fuck about none of his artists, cuz
No, but this kid's not. He's not a dream chaser. He's part of
I'm talking about
Bando
anybody
baby.
that he's affiliated with. Meek like to keep shit to himself. I never seen that nigga ever put nobody on. With the power that he got, with the people that he know, I never seen him put nobody in position. The closest I
No,
ever
I
seen him
knew
do that with was Lil Snoop. And Lil Snoop passed before we seen how good he
he's
could
he's,
get.
he's not from Little Snoop is not from the city though, man.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's what I said. The closest I've ever seen him really pushing somebody was Lil Snoop. That was
But
it.
when he was a young nigga coming up, niggas were vouching for him. Oskino was putting him on heavy.
Yep.
Gilly was doing songs with him. Beans did
T.I.,
songs with him.
Rick. I even seen him and Cassidy was on some cool shit coming up back in the early
Yeah.
2000s. Yo, Mimi said Black Thought. We always forget about Black Thought. He probably the best lyricist to ever come out of Philly, though.
I was never really listening to him. I was more caught up into the gangster rap. Beanie Siegel was my guy back in the day. Beanie Siegel was the best rapper in
Beanie,
Philly of all time.
yeah, Beanie definitely one of the ones.
But you
It
see what he's
sucked.
doing with the AI?
Yeah, I seen that. You know, he got a food
Yeah,
truck now too. He be cooking and shit.
yeah, no, I think it's in South Philly. But
Yeah,
he's
that's
doing
where he's
some
from.
music with AI to bring his whole voice back. That's a
Yeah,
brilliant
that's
move.
dope. Yeah, that's dope. It sucked that, you know what I mean? That shit turned out like that. Cash and Meek was beefing, yeah, but that was later on. I'm talking about when they was like, there was a point in time where
They were
Cassie was like
cool.
super hot and Meek was on the come up. They was cool
Yeah,
around that time. If you go on YouTube and you look up that freestyle, Meek was on house arrest and he was freestyling with Cass. They ain't had no beat. And Cass was like, Iron Man? I got that iron, man. Like he
I
he
got a
had he had
song
that.
with him. I got a song with them. Meek, Cassidy, AR Ab.
Yeah, AR Ab was Cassidy Muscle at one point. I remember that.
Yeah, he was. And he doing 45 years now.
Yeah, me Ab was too real. He was too real
That
for the industry, bro. Way
See,
too
that's the
real.
problem with a lot of Philly rappers. A lot of Philly rappers, they put themselves in their own way. They get too caught up with living what they rapping.
I don't know
Like the
not
other
one
nigga, right?
Philly rapper that's popping right now that ain't go to jail for some crazy shit. Like they all just shout out to Bella Faith. She said Prodigy Mob Deep. Absolutely. My homie
Oh
Pierre.
yeah, my
My
deep
homie
was.
Pierre a huge. My homie Pierre a huge Prodigy fan. I fuck with Prodigy. Freeway put a
I
beat
like
on.
Raekwon. Raekwon's first album was a classic too. The Purple Tape. That in fact, that's one of my top five favorite. Like if I gotta just have five rap albums and just keep those five, that Purple Tape is making that list for sure.
Mm. Pedro said, "Do I still listen to Meek?" Not really.
I
But
do. I
one
ain't
thing
gonna
I
lie to you.
noticed
I
about
still do.
Meek though, one thing about Meek though, whenever he drop an album, he always got at least one or two songs that I fuck with heavy, bro. Always, because Meek nice. Niggas
Yeah,
keep
he
playing
is.
that
Can't take
Diddy,
that
that
away.
Diddy shit. Yeah, niggas be playing that Diddy shit and all that, and that's cool, that's funny and shit. But nah. He said AR Ab and
Here's my
Low. Dark Low. Yo, I delivered food to AR Ab and Dark Low back when I was like 19, bro. I was scared to death. I was scared to death. But they was
the
cool.
shit
They
about yeah
cool though.
the shit
It
about
was,
Meek. Like I was kind of looking at him sideways too after hearing about the Diddy shit. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to discriminate on this music. At the end of the day, I don't know Main Man personally. I don't care. If I can listen to Michael Jackson still, I can still listen to R. Kelly. I'm listening to their music.
I be listening to Luther Vandross, and he had his little, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm still going to listen to Meek. I hope that wasn't true with
That's a
Diddy, and
whole
if it
other
is, that's
subject. Heavy R&B boy. Me. I fuck with R&B
me
more than
too.
that. So
Right now, I'm heavy in reggaeton. Right now,
reggaeton.
I'm heavy in reggaeton because
You been
yo,
listening to
growing
that
up,
Bad Bunny, John?
hell yeah, nigga.
That
Let me
shit
tell
been
you
going
right now.
crazy in my gym, bro.
See, before I was a crazy Morena boy. I was messing
This
with
nigga
old
said this
Morena.
nigga said that Danny Garcia, his favorite rapper from Philly. You about to get timed out, cuz. You about to pop.
He trolling, man. But yo, what got me into the reggaeton zone? Because before I used to mess with a lot of Morenas, right? Now I'm on some South American, Mexican, Colombian type, Salvadorian type, those type of women I go for now.
Oh, you moved
So
on
I
from
had to.
Morenas, man.
I'm done with
Morenas
them
the
right now.
truth. They always
No,
been
I
the
know, not wifey material though, but that's another story. But
truth. Depending on where you looking.
shout out to them though, because I had a lot of them. But um, yeah, since I've been tightening up my Spanish when I be driving, I be listening to reggaeton all day, all
Said
type
Mike
of shit.
Towers. Mike Towers
Mike
dropped a fire
Towers.
ass album. That song Competencia is the shit. That nigga went crazy on that song. Mike Towers could really rap.
Yep.
This nigga said
And,
ad better.
and, and that
All right,
the
bro.
other girl, what you said about Ab?
I had to put time. I had to put slime in time out. This nigga said
No,
ad better than Pac.
no, let me tell you right now. Ab, before he went in, he put out four projects like within a year and a half. Mixtapes, but it was album, album quality. Protocol 1, 2, 3, 4. That shit was fire. Ab is like a lower level version of Beans. And I say lower level because he's
Who,
not,
who,
he's like a low level, like a
who you
poor
talking
man's
about? Though? I
Beans.
lost it. I lost it. Who you talking about?
AR Ab. Ab is like a
Yeah,
poor man's Beans. Yeah. He's
yeah,
not
but
as lyrical as Beans, but
Beans
he got the,
Beans lyricism was underrated, cuz.
that's what I'm saying. Beans'
Yeah,
lyrics is way
Ab
better.
was like Ab wasn't that lyrical, but he made you believe that shit. Like his energy and his delivery was
Yeah,
crazy.
his brother better than him with the bars. Leak Moss.
Mm, I heard him. Yeah, I had to put Slime
Yeah,
in timeout for 5 minutes. He wilding. He need to come back a better man.
Slime. That's the one that be on the channel a few times when I was on with you, right? The heavy set dude.
Yeah, he be tripping, bro. The nigga said
Yeah,
Ab better than Pac. You gotta sit down for that.
he gotta be joking.
I know he joking, but that's the reason why he need to sit down. He playing too much. Let me see. That nigga said Leak Moss a loser. Damn.
Yeah, Leak Moss beat up the YouTuber right there in front of Max's too.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah, he beat up the white boy, Mikey T.
I remember that. I remember that. Wasn't that
Yeah,
white
yeah.
boy saying nigga and all that shit though?
Nah, it wasn't.
That
I mean,
wasn't him.
yeah, but it wasn't. No, he probably was, cause he thought, he's part of the hip hop culture. But he got beat up because he was on. He be interviewing. He basically tried to get a lot of money off their family. He was interviewing Ab a lot, putting out interviews, and I don't know. Then he was trolling Leak, and he made a video like, "Yeah, I'm outside. I'm in your hood. I'm in Max's," and Leak and them pulled up
Can't
and
be
beat him up
doing
out
that,
there.
bro. Cannot be doing that. Yo, Philly not the spot to be doing that, bro. Like, oh my
I used to
god.
be at Max's a lot. That was my
Yeah,
go-to.
yeah. I was never really too big on Max's. Like they was alright, but
Nah,
I don't know. I
but now I
always
go
felt
I go to
going
Angelo's.
to stores. There was this old head. He passed away from Alzheimer's. His name was Santos. He had a store. He had a little storefront on 6th in Indiana, bro. This is like Badlands, like this north. Bro, the best cheesesteak to this day, bro. He passed away when I was a teenager. Still the best cheesesteak I ever had in my life. And everybody in the hood was locked on them Johns, bro. He used to open that John up like late afternoon, no, like early afternoon, bro. That nigga always had a line, bro. Always. Everybody from the hood always knew about Santos, but he ended up having Alzheimer's and shit like that. So this nigga
You
asked me
always see the pop stores
good.
make the best ones at the end of the day.
Device is charging.
Fuck, that's you.
That was my Bluetooth speaker. I put it to charge. Before Max's, the spot I used to go to was called Lucky's, 1 pound on Lehigh and Kensington.
Oh, now that shit called 1 pound. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
They good too though. They fire. I remember my step pop used to be drinking and chilling 3, 4 in the morning and go over to 1 pound, get him a crazy John.
that's what that spot is for. For me, that's like a last minute, everything closed, late night, just go over there.
I door dashed that John like 2 months ago, like 2, 3 months ago. Shit still
Oh
fire.
yeah. There's
Hell yeah.
another one. There's one on. And there's a spot on Emerald called Stelios. They're pretty decent too.
I
My
heard of
cousin put me
Stelios.
onto that one.
I heard of Stelios.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I
Ozzy's
was
got
over
good
there.
cheesesteaks. Ozzy's got good cheesesteaks. But where I go, bro, I go to the corner stores. Them Dominicans get it popping.
Oh yeah.
Always, they always
But
been
I
like
like Angelo's though. Angelo's makes them real good.
Angelo's always been a top restaurant for cheesesteaks though. Like if you
Yeah,
know about Angelo's, that means you tapped in for
yeah, for
sure.
sure, definitely.
I
Delisandro's
like
is
my city
decent.
pizza. It's all right. It's all right.
You
It's
know
all
what I
right.
don't like? The only thing about Delisandro's I don't like it is borderline like a chopped cheese. Like they cut the meat up too thin.
Yeah, I never had a chopped cheese.
Yeah, I had them shits a
Never.
lot.
I
Our
gotta try
cheesesteaks is
that shit.
better. But
Yeah,
yo, let me tell you something. There's an actor. I forgot his name. He's actually bringing them. His name is I think something Cooper. He's collaborating with the owner from
talking about
Angelo's,
Bradley Cooper
Bradley Cooper. There you go, Bradley
from
Cooper.
Philly.
Yeah, he has some pop up shops he's been doing lately in New York, introducing the Angelo's cheesesteaks out here in New York, and the lines be crazy. So
Mm.
he's collaborating with them to try to bring that out here.
That old mafia boy, Skinny Joe, he coming out with a cheesesteak spot too.
Joey Maloney, right?
Yeah,
Molino. Yeah,
yeah.
he's
Hey,
more.
you said Haitian food better. I never fucked with Haitian food. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Neither have I.
We don't got many spots in Philly. Like we got Jamaican spots. You know if you go down like West Philly, you'll run into some African spots. But we don't really
I never
got that.
really
Like
been over there.
North, it's like You got soul food. You got Rican and Dominican food. Um, pizzerias, like Chinese stores, like shit like that. We don't really got. You know what I mean? What is my
Yo, I
toppings for
never been
cheese?
down. I never been down west a day in my life.
Yeah, West is where Schuler's and all that shit is at. That's where J
Yeah, I
Rock and
never been there.
yeah, but
Uh,
I don't really be in West neither. Like the only time I ever used to go to West was when I used to do Uber Eats, and I used to be down like University City where Drexel University and UPenn and all that shit is at. That was the only time. Or if I went to Schuler's for like an amateur show or sparring or something like that. I never be in West. I'm not really comfortable in West, bro. Like I Southwest and West, that like I be feeling like I'm out of
you don't know nobody there. You got no business being there. That's the bottom line, period.
my bag. I never was like comfortable there. Like that was not. I always felt out of my element there. I
In the
always felt
south,
good in
only
North.
when I'm shopping. Only
Yeah,
when I'm shopping, I go to south
I only felt comfortable in North,
and
South,
northeast.
and Northeast. There you go.
And
That's
my
it.
cousins from north, they moved to northeast, so I'll be in northeast when I go out there a lot. But now but when I hang out, like I be going to Center City, like to little lounges over there and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where you stay out the way at. That's where them
Yeah,
get
yeah.
is be at too. I was at this expensive ass fucking sky high restaurant called JG George's Gene George's. Bro, we like on the 60th floor of like the Comcast building, bro. It's like the biggest building in the city. We like on a 50 something floor, 60th floor, something like that, bro. There was all these get money niggas in there. That shit was crazy.
Yo, you went into
Crazy.
something crazy one time.
Philly
I
really
brought
underrated.
it is. It is. And the thing is, if you're not from over there, if you're not tapped, if you're not familiar with it, it's going. To other people, they're gonna be scared. Like I brought a couple of my people from New York up there one time. I took to Max's, right, and they was like, "Yo, what's this? We going side? You see niggas in there with tats on their face and all that." I know a couple people there. My boy Don, he be in there all the time, and I be in there chilling. I go in there eat. I go sit down by the bar. I used to flirt with the bartenders and shit when I was into Morenas and all that.
Hmm.
And they like, yo, what kind of spot is this? Whatever. And they acting all like nervous. To my nigga, stop acting like that. Hood is a hood. Bro, just carry yourself right, nigga. You know what I mean? Nobody gonna come in here and do nothing to you. You know what I mean? You got when you in a place where people are getting money, they ain't trying to make that. They ain't trying to mess that up. You got the Akis outside selling oils and all that. Nobody trying to mess their money up with you. You know what I mean? Like dudes act scary.
I got a good question right here. Lorenzo say, "Yo, Mazuma, hello. Do you prefer Sancocho from DR or a PR restaurant?"
PR. I went to PR one time, and I'm gonna tell you right now to this day,
The
the
best
best.
Sancocho I got was from the island. But what's crazy is my pop, and I say this all the time. Philly probably got one, two at the most good Puerto Rican restaurants. All these other Johns, they trash, cuz. Like it's sad that we got one of the biggest Puerto Rican communities in the
Population.
country behind New York, and there's no good representation of Puerto Rican food. It's crazy. So my dad, when we be down here, my dad be getting sancocho from the Dominican restaurants because Dominican restaurants in Philly be rocking. Shit, crazy, bro.
In New York, in Spanish Harlem, you find Puerto Rican restaurants that's good. But believe it or not, in Jersey, because there's a part in Jersey that I go to that's literally right across the Lincoln Tunnel. Because I live right by the tunnel. Is in
Yeah,
Burger Line. The whole area is a Latino dominant area. Like you got a lot of Cubans out there, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans. So that whole strip, you got all different kind of Latin restaurants there, and
yeah.
it's
North
top of the
Jersey
line.
got a lot of Ricans too. North Jersey got a lot
Yeah,
of Ricans too, right?
yeah.
Because I had went to a boxing event. Where this shit was at, bro? We was all over North Jersey though. We was
Probably
probably
Jersey.
like a half
No,
hour.
Jersey City.
Nah, we was probably like a half hour from New York. It was like let me see.
Yeah, probably Jersey City or West New York. I used to live. I had an apartment in West New York for like damn near 9 years,
We was
and that's the
in
name of the town, West New York, but it's in Jersey.
we was in Hoboken.
Hoboken,
Hoboken, yeah.
Hoboken. Yeah, Hoboken is that's more like that's a white area. That's a white area. That's not a Latin area like that.
You know
But
what's crazy
once again,
though?
they got Spanish spots out there.
They probably wasn't from there, but they had the event there, right? Bro, it was this lady named Yesenia, bro. She ran the whole event. bro, the food was top tier, bro. The music was fire. I'm like, bro, I'm really feeling that home over here, and I never been here. Like that shit was crazy, bro. Shit was crazy. Do I eat steak? Yeah, I eat steak. Yeah, I fuck with steak. I try not to eat it too much. Pause.
What Center City is in Philadelphia. That's what Hoboken is. So you get a lot of people that come in from Jersey City, different parts of Jersey. They'll go to Hoboken because that's where like everybody goes to hang out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's where I was at. I was there, and then I went somewhere else. Let me check. I'm looking up like the cities in North Jersey. I was there. I've been to Times River.
Yeah, that's Tom's River. That's by the beach.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, that's exactly where we was.
That's South
And,
Jersey.
that's south.
Yeah, Tom's River. Yeah, that's by. I mean, for y'all, that's more north, but for
I've
over
been
here
to
in New York, that's going south.
Bridgeton. That's south though.
There's a beach
Long
out there
Branch.
in Jersey, Long Branch. Yeah, Long Branch. You have the whole Jersey Shore. You got Point Pleasant, Seaside Heights,
Perth Amboy. Yeah, yeah, that's where we was
Perth
at.
Amboy. Yeah, that's another part of Jersey as well. That's definitely a predominantly Latin part of Jersey. Perth Amboy, it's a lot of Puerto Ricans and a lot of Dominicans. I got a cousin that lives out there too. Perth Amboy. Yep, definitely. You would like it out there for sure.
Yeah, that shit fire, bro. Do I eat Chinese food? Yeah, but I don't fuck with it too much. Probably get like some rice, some boneless spare ribs. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Go 787 says, Yo, Mazuma, do you think Xander will be out of 54 soon based on the picture he uploaded to Insta? Let me see what he uploaded to really answer that question. But I just seen an interview from Xander that Fight Hype put up, and Xander acting like he's still optimistic about, being in the division. He said that it was annoying that Sebastian Fundora didn't give him an opportunity. And, he seemed like he hungry. He feel like he ready for a world title, cuz. So, to answer your question, he might look big in these photos that I'm seeing and shit like that. But if he feel like he can listen, he'd already done went through like 2 weight classes. He debuted at 40. Like I remember this shit clear as day. Him and Vito Milnicki was both at 140 at the same time. Then he said he couldn't make the weight no more because he kept growing. And then he went to 47. Then 47 was too hard to make, so he went up to 54. So if he moved up to 60 this time, this nigga growth spurts is just crazy. You know what I mean? But I don't think he going anywhere anytime soon. You know what I mean? But he is a big kid. So he could probably end his career as super middle. Xander, a big kid for sure. Let me see. You want to go on vacation in New York Times Square? I've been there one time. I got cursed out by some white boy, some old white dude, probably like an old Italian nigga. He told me to go fuck myself. Bro, he was like pushing a cart, bro. He was acting like he was gonna hit me with the cart. I'm like, yo, old head, watch that shit. He was like, go fuck yourself. I was like, damn. All right. Niggas in New York rude. He said he looked like about 168. Well, if he fight at 154 and he look 168, that's not a bad cut. It's only 14 pounds. I know niggas that cut 30 plus to make a fight. Shit. You gotta, yo, Lodo, if you still there, you gotta let me know them Rican restaurants in North Jersey so I can slide up there. I was just at the American Dream Mall last weekend.
I
No,
told you,
2 weeks
man.
ago.
I know spots in Jersey. There's
I'm a
you
DM
mess
you.
with Cuban food.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a spot I go to. It's called Rumba Cubana. That's a little restaurant, and it's a little lounge. They got good food. The prices are good, especially for the location.
Bro, what's up with this nigga Pedro right here with all these personal questions? Mazuma, you think you young when you younger, you was more immature and mad, and now you more calm, bro? That's called
Everybody, man.
that's everybody. Cause you asking dumbass questions. Who the
You got
fuck?
some people that never grew up though. You be
Who aged
surprised.
them
There's people that
first?
be old as shit, mad immature.
Yeah, wow. But nigga talking about was you more immature? Of course, if I'm younger, I'm gonna be more immature. If you inexperienced, you're gonna be immature.
Let me ask you something. Being that you the Devin Haney guy to go to, right? What happened with the Black Crime thing?
Why
That's
you
not gonna happen.
say that? Why you say that?
Come on, man. You know that's your favorite fighter.
No, the
Black
fuck it
was
ain't.
one of your favorites. But
Everybody
wasn't
know
it?
who my favorite fighters is
But
Boots Benavidez and Bam, baby. Let's go. And
speaking of
Diego
favorite fighters, I
Pacheco.
got a good question.
Diego Pacheco moving up on my list too. Nigga, a gangster.
I I got a good question. For every decade, everybody got a favorite fighter, right? So
Yeah.
obviously for this decade, right, from the
Uh-huh.
2020s right now, you say it's Boots. You
Bam,
say Boots, right?
Boots Bam Benavidez.
All right, those are the ones that you're never gonna root against. All right, so before this era, so let's say the 2010s, who's your favorite fighter?
2010s,
Yeah,
bro.
2010s, not the
You know
year, the
what's
decade.
crazy? And I know it's gonna sound crazy, bro. I was a huge Floyd fan.
You know what's crazy? Wow.
Huge Floyd
He
fan.
he became one of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Floyd grew on me. Growing up, I was low key not a Floyd fan. But he was, and it's crazy because he was more exciting when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. But I was heavy on Trinidad. You know what I mean back then. But
Yeah, but
what
Trinidad was
made
like
what
the 90s, 2000s, right?
Yep,
Trinidad
yep.
was
90s,
Trinidad's
2000s.
run
Oh, my
early
man.
2000. His run was over.
Go
Tito
ahead,
was
bro.
early. Tito's reign started in '94 up until like '01. '01 is when he took
Oh
that
one.
loss to B Hop.
When the
Yeah.
Trade Center fell down, when the World Trade Center fell, it ruined Trinidad career. He was supposed to fight on September 15th. It got pushed back to the end of the month.
Yeah, you sound like my uncle saying that because my uncle was one of them real old school Puerto Ricans that make an excuse for any Puerto Rican that loses. He swears he swears that if that fight would have happened, he would have beaten B Hop. And then he said that B Hop was on steroids. Like, oh my God, trust me, bro. My uncle Rito, forget about it. He was pure Puerto Rican, and he wasn't trying to hit him losing. There was an excuse for every Puerto Rican that lost.
Mm. You know it was crazy, bro. My uncle, he gotta be, he probably be trolling, so I don't know. But my grandfather, cold blooded Puerto Rican, my mom's side. Bro, he be hating on Tito, bro. I was like, bro, you gotta be the only nigga from the island that hate on Tito, cuz. Like the only nigga, like he was like, yeah, man, he had plaster in his raps. And I'm trying to explain to him, like, bro, that's not what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, this what happened, this what happened, this what happened. You know what I'm saying? And he like, no, no, no. Like, bro, like the thing about old heads, bro, they be stubborn as fuck. Like you could get them all the facts and they still gonna believe what they believe, bro.
He didn't have plaster. He had extra gauze that was
We all
only
know that. We all know
it
that.
was only
I know
illegal
that.
in New York.
Exactly. I've been, bro, I done gave that explanation so many times, bro.
But you know what? After that came out, a lot of fighters now making excuses saying that he had something. Fernando
Bro,
Vargas, I seen on the
cause they
Spanish
got
channel.
animosity. They got
William Joppy running with that. Yeah.
yeah.
Cobra Carr saying that.
How the fuck, bro? That Joppy fight. Listen, bro.
I seen that live. I was those last two fights when he was part of that tournament. I was there live when he fought Joppy. I
Nigga,
was
so
sitting right next to Christy Martin, and then I was there when he lost to B Hop. But that Joppy, that was one of
it
his
was
best
crazy.
performances.
My dad was there live too for and my mom and dad was there for the fight. Do you remember them rioting after the fight?
No, there was no rioting, not
My
no
dad
riot.
said
There
that
was
they was rumbling. My dad said where he was at, he said they was rumbling.
In
He
Puerto
said,
maybe the
Rico?
sec the section.
my
No,
dad
it
said
was in
the
New
black
York.
he said the black boy and the Ricans, they was rumbling after the fight.
Maybe that
Yeah.
section because I was sitting next to black dudes during that fight, and I was cheering for Tito. Then after a while, a lot of people were quiet, and then the black dudes next to me they started. I remember to this day they kept calling him Burn, and I'm like, y'all don't even know who this nigga is. Y'all just rooting for him because he's black. You know what I mean?
You know, I was
And
rooting. Hey, I love Hopkins, but I was rooting for Tito because I wanted him to show down with Roy Jones.
that's how crazy Tito was. You see, Tito was a welterweight shooting for Roy Jones, bro. And this is when Roy Jones was Superman.
But
Yep.
Tito was the man though. Like Tito believed in himself so much that he just wanted smoke with everybody. Bro, the resume prove it.
Yep. 3 gold medalists. Only one got more gold medals than him is Muhammad Ali with 4.
Mm.
Yep.
Yo, you know what's
He took
crazy?
on a lot of undefeated guys too. Number one contenders back to back.
Bro, that's all he did. Bro, if he wasn't fighting other champions, because he unified at 47 and 54, from what I understand. If he
Yeah, he
wasn't
did.
taking on other champions, bro, he was smoking contenders, bro.
Mazuma, I lost money on that David Reed fight. I bet on David.
You know, David Reed beat my dad in the amateurs.
For real?
Yeah, to get to the Olympic qualifiers. And
Decision?
he ended up winning. Yeah, he ended up winning the whole thing. Got the gold medal.
Tito damaged David Reed's career. David Reed
He
was
did.
fast tracked. He was really
They
fast tracked. He was
fast-tracked
one of
because
the
as
first
I
dudes.
did.
Lomachenko, he was on that Lomachenko stuff, wasn't he? Got that championship quick,
They said
didn't he?
that his eyelid, he had trouble with his eyelid, so they was like they couldn't really afford to, take their time with his career, and they even did a surgery where they tried to lift it up, and it would just it dropped again.
Messed it up more. You know, when they do that surgery, they mess it up more like DLC
What's
voice.
crazy was, bro, David Reed was putting belt to ass on Tito, bro.
That right hand.
That nigga was fucking Tito
man.
up.
He had a few
Tito,
good rounds, man. He had a few good rounds. I'm not
bro,
going.
he
He
was
did drop
styling
him.
on Tito, bro, but Tito kept stalking, kept looking, bro, and then he just
Tito was one of the best counter punchers. He punched in between him punching, and he threw a left hook. I remember that, a left hook right in between his guard
of how
that
Tito
dropped him.
hands up, bro. Tito was so, and a lot of his shit was textbook. A lot of people, he just got a left hook, or he just had power. No, Tito was fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
He
saying?
had a good right hand. He had a good jab.
He had an underrated right hand. I seen him sleep niggas with the right hand.
Right.
Yeah.
And B-Hop was such a strong fighter, he could have went in there and muscled him and took him out in 8 rounds, but he finessed him Oscar De La Hoya style with the Oscar blueprint. But I really think he could have muscled him out and got him out of there about 9.
Well, B-Hop said himself that he did feel the power. Even though B-Hop didn't get hit like that, he did get hit in the first round, but he did feel the power. He was very, Trinidad was a very good counter puncher.
He went on Instagram Live and said, and I said this on the channel a lot, that when he said he had to keep that right hand real tight because he knew that hook was devastating. He said when he took his hand out the glove, that his right hand, the back of his hand was filled with welts from Tito hitting him. This was after the glove This was after the rat controversy. You know what I'm saying? And he still was knocking shit out after he lost to B-Hop. So it was like
he knocked out Mayorga.
Yeah,
Mayorga a bad man though. He one of the baddest ones. He was cold, man. He is a nice fighter.
Yeah, I feel like Mayorga don't really get his respect neither, because I be seeing a lot of people comparing him to Rolly. I'm like, bro,
That's
Rolly,
why. Damn, bro, you read my head. You read my mind.
No way. Like Mayorga was on a totally.
The reason why you can't compare them, Mayorga scored the upsets. He beat some guys. Until Rolly does that, you can't call him that. Mayorga beat Vernon Forrest twice. He beat Fernando, even though Fernando was finished.
The truth, and he beat Fernando.
Well, Fernando was finished, but you still got to give him that win regardless.
Yeah, you still got to give it to him. That's a world champion, the youngest world champion in 54 history?
Might be.
Mm-hmm.
He's another fast track doing, and a lot of people say stupid shit like Fernando wasn't ready for Trinidad. Maybe, yeah. But here's my thing. Going into that fight, Fernando had beat Ike Corte. He had won a very close controversial win over Winky Wright. He stopped Jerry Boy Campos. He beat Raul Marquez. Fernando Vargas had a good resume going into that fight.
That Winky Wright fight was good, wasn't it? That was a good fight. Excellent match.
Yeah, that was a close. That could have gone either way. But
either way.
He said Mayorga put out the ass on Rolly. Oh, hell yeah. Mayorga would have fucked Rolly up.
Yeah.
He'd have fucked Rolly up, bro.
Yeah, he's a good fighter, man. I seen him win in the UFC. Mayorga can fight in the UFC. He's that good. He one of the guys that whip up on UFC guys.
Like that. Mayorga, Lorenzo said Mayorga was giving Cotto some good work until he got clipped. Yeah. I seen him rattle Tito a little bit. He threw a combination at Tito, and that shit kind of rattled him a little bit. He had
he was awkward.
Hey, why they didn't give Sweet Pea Whitaker that credit, man? He dropped Tito with that body shot. They ain't even give him credit for it, man. He came around with the left hook to the rib, folded and put him right on the canvas. The ref ain't
I seen that. I seen it. He wasn't hurt. It kind of like no. It should have been a knockdown because at the end of the day,
Was he
it
off
touched him. He
balance
went
or it was
down.
like he was hurt?
No, he wasn't off balance. Caught him with a nice kidney shot right to the rib.
He wasn't hurt though. It just knocked him off balance. It knocked him down, but it wasn't like he got hit with a body shot and went down. It knocked him off
I was about to
balance.
say, I've never seen Tito get hurt to the body.
Yeah, he dropped him.
No,
He hurt him.
Roy Jones dropped him to the body.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's
He hit him with a body shot. It was a delayed reaction. Roy Jones knocked him down with a body shot, delayed reaction.
But Sweet Pea hit him with one of them OG moves, man. He came over the top and caught him overhand left to the ribs and dropped him. That's why he went down because he wasn't ready for the shot. Up against the ropes, Mazuma. Tito was up against the ropes.
No goat, bro.
Sweet Pea's jaw was broken in the second round of that fight, and he still made it
For
to the
real?
12th.
He got his jaw broke against Tito?
He got his jaw broken against Tito, yeah.
Damn.
Either the second or third round, and he went to the 12th round. Like
Tito broke
his jaw.
Tito broke Yuri Boy Compa's nose, and they say he had a real bad concussion.
Now that's a bad man too. Yuri Boy Campus? Oh my God. He was sick.
I met at the Salute the Philly Boxing Awards this year. I met Rockin' Rodney Moore, right? He was a fighter from Philly. He fought Tito Trinidad early in Tito's career. Bro, Tito hit him to the body.
Tito was champion.
Yeah. Tito hit him to the body and broke his hip bone, bro. And after that, he could never box the same. Do you know how hard you gotta hit a nigga to break their hip bone, bro?
Damn.
Yo, you know who else was bad in that era? Mexican dude, Jose Luis Lopez. They used to call him.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he stopped Yuri Boy Campos. The thing with him, he used to party a lot. He was a surfer. He had a draw with Ike Corte. He was a big puncher. He had a crazy chin.
Lorenzo, the you talking about is Mamadou Tiam.
Yeah. Hey, what about the guy that Sweet Pea went up to 154 and beat Julio Cesar Vasquez?
Yeah,
he was a monster. Tell Mazuma about him. He one of the baddest, man. 56-1.
I remember Floyd wanted to smoke with him, and they didn't make the fight happen.
That boy was bad. He was 56-0 for real. He had one disqualification.
Yeah, I remember Floyd wanted to smoke with Julio Cesar Vasquez.
Yeah, but remember, Sweet Pea went up and beat him while he was undefeated. He was like 55-0, 54-1 with the disqualification. But
did you hear about Pretty Boy Floyd and Pernell sparring?
Yep.
What happened when they sparred?
Sweet Pea got in him.
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard. Mastermind.
Yeah, what you heard?
I heard Floyd was giving that boy work.
Yeah, the young kid got him.
He probably was an older Whitaker though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because by the time Pretty Boy was, getting shine and shit, Pernell was already,
Yeah, even when Tito beat Pernell, that was an older version of Tito. I mean, that was an older version of Pernell.
But he was the first one that convincingly beat Pernell, in my opinion.
Yep.
Pernell was caught up in a few contracts. The first loss he had, that was probably the worst one ever. And the Chavez draw was another one that was one of the worst decisions ever in boxing. He had that draw with Chavez. I only gave Chavez 3 rounds when I watched that fight.
Low. Hey, Low.
De La Hoya beat him neither.
What up?
Yeah, no. Hey, I wanted to ask Low about this. I was telling Mazuma about getting the victory with Crawford. I think he need to work on some dirty tactics against Canelo to get the victory. Try to cut him early with the elbow.
Your name is Mastermind?
Yes, sir.
I spoke to you on another channel before.
Yeah.
You be on the dude from the UK, Rapstar, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I spoke to you before on Rapstar. Yeah,
Mastermind. I thought you was loyal to Mazuma TV, dog. You be all over the place.
No,
man,
he be up late, bro. He be up late.
I'll be on the good channels. Yeah, I'll be on the great channels, man. You're a great channel.
Rapstar's a good channel. Rapstar's the last one that had a good interview with Bill Haney. But Rapstar, he should be real late though, because he be out there in the UK, so it should be like 3 in the morning, 4 in the. You gotta catch him. Like sometimes I catch it. Like if I'm working the morning shift, I wake up at 5 to get ready, and I wake up at 5 o'clock, and he'll be on, and I just jump on real quick while I'm getting my stuff together, and I be chopping it up with y'all. But yeah, he be putting this shit late. He got a good channel though.
I never
tell me.
check him out.
I want
He
y'all to
gonna
tell me how he can get this victory, man, because it's victory, and then he can't lose this fight. You can't retire. I don't want you to say, yo, you got to win this. I want you to change boxing like Steph Curry changed the NBA. If he wins this, then smaller guys are going to be fighting bigger guys. Then he can fight
real
Crawford.
quick.
Tank.
Mastermind, you another one too. You a Devin Haney guy too. I remember that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I remember we had dialogue behind that. You know what I mean? It was all good,
Yo,
Yeah,
I don't think any nigga that don't fuck with T.O. is a Devin fan. That's hilarious.
I fuck with
You know
T.O.
that
though.
that's
I
how
like T.O. too. I like T.O. He a great in my
that's how
eyes.
divided that's how divided boxing fans is. Like if you root for one person, that's crazy. That's why I say in sports, like in football, right? Eagles. I would say the Eagles are the only ones that's toxic because in the Eagle Stadium they get locked up for dumb shit out there. But the Eagles and the Giants, you know what I mean? The Yankees and the Red Sox. But yet and still, if we know each other, like I've been on I watch besides boxing, I watch baseball platforms too. And you have a nigga there that's a cold hard Philly fan conversating
Mm-hmm.
with a Met fan and they friends and they be, collaborating the way we doing right now. And there's
That's in
no
Philly. They
disrespect.
rivals though, right?
The Mets and Phillies are rivals, yeah, because the National League East, the Mets rival with the Phillies, the Yankees, and the Atlanta Braves. Those are our rivals. But it's not no disrespectful shit like with boxing.
Yeah,
Like
I know
they be
that.
on the channel together, niggas be chatting. Nobody be like, oh, you fuck you and all this. Like they don't do that with baseball, man. That's why I don't get it, bro.
Hey, that Danny
Yeah,
Garcia from Philadelphia, he a monster. Danny Garcia with that left hook.
that
Danny
nigga
was
gonna
one
sit
of
his
my
ass
favorites
down.
from the last decade. He was one of my favorites. Him
Mine
and
too, man.
Kobe.
I like how he carry himself, man.
Danny need to go
Yeah,
sit his ass down somewhere. That's what he need to do.
Yeah, he went too
I'm
far,
agree.
but he did good. If he didn't, he just fighting for the money. If he didn't have that last fight, man, he had a Hall of Fame career. I didn't like that last fight.
I never was fond of that fight. I always felt that was the wrong style matchup for Danny.
I
For
don't know
him to
why
go
he
out,
thought he could beat Lara, bro. There's no point in his. There ain't no point in Lara's career that Danny would have beat him. I don't
I
know
agree with
why
you.
he thought.
Danny was flat footed. He didn't know how to cut the ring off. He was like he was a counter puncher, but he wasn't. How can I say?
He did it for the money,
He
man.
Well, I'm saying, but as far as him as a fighter, Danny was an overachiever. He didn't have no special effects. He wasn't the fastest guy, the flashiest. He had power though. He could hit you with some shit, hurt you.
He
He had
got
a
some good
strong chin.
timing too. Danny got good
Yeah,
time.
he had
Then
some
he
good,
ruined my
good
boy
fundamentals.
career. Remember he ruined dude career? He was a knockout artist, man.
Malukas Matisse.
Oh my God, he was a monster. I love that
I'm gonna
fight.
tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Danny Garcia at 140. The 140 version of Danny would knock Subaru Matia's head all the way back to Bayamon. Style wise, style wise, bro, you cannot fight
Who for
that man coming
Bayamon,
forward.
bro?
And he really half Dominican too. Niggas ain't
And,
talking
he,
about that neither.
and let's talk about how these guys ruin boxing, man. You
Yeah,
know,
Subriel's he's half Dominican.
and you know
Oh,
Danny Garcia is
that
supposed
why?
to fight
Hold on,
Crawford.
Master. Hold on. Is that why Oscar De La Hoya said that about him?
No, I heard Mill City. You know Mill City. That's a super. Shout out to Mill.
Oh,
I
but
rock with Mill City.
if
He a
you look,
Subriel guy. You know what I
if you
mean?
was
He
to
said
scroll
himself
down,
Subriel half foot.
check this out. If you was to scroll down, see Subrel's post. I think De La Hoya said some shit like a great Dominican fighter or some shit like that. And Subrel is like, I ain't Dominican type shit. Like I don't know who you talking to. I ain't Dominican.
One of his parents is Dominican, but he grew up in Puerto Rico. But I heard Mill City say that.
I heard the same shit about Tito though.
I never heard that about Tito.
I heard that shit about Tito. My grandparents told me. They said that like somebody like half. I don't know if it's his mom, definitely in his pop, but like somebody half Dominican and all this crazy shit. I don't believe that shit.
Well, Roberto Duran's father is Mexican, right? But he don't claim it. He claims Panamanian, but
Same
his
family,
father, but his
bro.
dad was
David
Mexican,
Benavidez is
Mexican.
Dominican, bro.
Yeah, but he don't claim that. He claims
Yeah,
Mexican Ecuadorian.
I know. But
Oh my God.
his mom is Dominican.
You talk Mazuma, you talking about the best fight coming up this weekend, Benavidez versus David?
Yeah.
Yeah, Morel. People sleeping on Morel too. That's gonna be
That's
a good
gonna be
fight.
a killer fight. That's probably the fight of the century. You got two knockout artists going at each other. You don't get better than this. This like James Tony Roy Jones. That the fight.
I'm gonna tell you
You
right
said I
now
thought
though.
Benavidez was Ecuadorian. He is. He be
He's half
repping
Ecuadorian.
Ecuadorian. He be repping Ecuador and he be repping Mexico.
He
But
looks more Ecuadorian.
He do. 'Cause I know a few Ecuadorians. He do
Me
look
too.
like
I
him.
got a lot of Ecuadorian friends.
Yeah. So, and
They be
they got a good
tall. Yeah.
they got a good Ecuadorian restaurant down South Philly too.
Hey,
Yeah. They got
gentlemen,
Ecuadorian food.
let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think Crawford Canelo is a bigger mismatch than Lomachenko Rigondeaux?
No. No.
Okay,
Absolutely not. For one, how would
There
I
was people
say?
that thought Rigo was really gonna beat Loma though.
I did.
I did
Me
too.
too. Me too.
So do
I
you really
thought
think Crawford gonna beat Canelo?
I
No.
thought Rigo was gonna get him, bro. Rigo was that. Rigo's still probably the most skilled fighter, like one of the most skilled fighters I've ever seen. Definitely probably like the most skilled fighter I've seen in like the past 15 years, bro.
One
Facts.
of them. One
Facts.
of them. The thing with Rigo, he don't jab enough though, man. He don't. If he
Bro, he
used his
didn't
jab
need
more,
to. He didn't need, bro. He would probe. He would probe. He would probe. He would get niggas to do exactly what he wanted them to do and run them
and then
into punches.
catch you with that left, with that straight left all day.
Yo, bro, I remember
I
he
saw that
probed.
live when he beat Nonito. I saw that. I
Bro,
was
I
there when he
remember,
beat
I
Nonito.
remember he was standing southpaw, right? And he was sticking the left hand out there, sticking the left hand out there. I'm like, what the fuck is Rigo doing? Sticking it out there, sticking it out there. Then the bull, for some reason, he just came in and Rigo just cleaned him with the right hook, bro.
Mm.
Oh,
I
I was
seen
like,
that one.
"Yo, this nigga's a fucking magician, bro. Like I was watching Guillermo in his prime, and I'm like, bro, there's nobody out here like
His
this nigga,
footwork, and his pivot, the way he would dip down to the side and then pivot around.
bro. Rigo
Oh
was,
my God. And only that one
bro,
hurt,
he
man.
was so good that they blackballed this nigga, bro.
Blackballed him. Tell the truth, Mazuma. It was
Bro,
the worst blackball in boxing history. It's
That
nothing
was
worse
one
than
of
that.
them. What they did to him is what they tried to do with Teo. When Teo beat Lomachenko, Bob Arum and them were tight, and that's what happened with
look,
Rigo. When
bro,
Rigo,
Rigo was done so bad, bro. This for anybody who didn't watch Rigo, bro, just watch a little bit of highlights on him, bro. And he had devastating power. He was breaking jaws left and right,
he
bro. He
broke
Oh,
was
eye
eye
sockets.
sockets.
eye side, yeah, orbital bones, all
Low.
that. But they always try to play it like Rigo was a boring fighter. I'm like, this nigga got not. He had a high knockout ratio and all. Like he was beating the shit out
And,
niggas.
and
For
then Jim
me, for me,
Lampley.
Prime Rigo beats Inoue. The Prime Rigo,
Hell
in my
yeah,
Yes,
opinion.
yes.
Inoue would not touch that nigga, bro. I
No,
promise you. Man.
no.
122, Rigondeaux, like in his prime. Inoue don't he don't want no smoke with that, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
And Jim
And
Lampley should be banned from boxing because
A,
when
a
Ricky
young
down,
a young Nonito Donaire was they they
remember the
was
old version. The old version gave Inoue life and death. And Mastermind, to answer your question, no, Crawford is not going to beat Canelo. Canelo's the more skilled fighter and the bigger fighter.
you
The
think he
only
more
skill
skilled than
set that
Bud.
Crawford, the only skill set Crawford has over Canelo is footwork. Canelo got better defense than Crawford.
Physical
He's more
attributes
fundamental.
too. He got
Yeah,
he's
he's not just some big lug. You see, like this is not Pernell versus Julio Cesar Vasquez. When you got a big guy against a small guy, the big guy got skills as well. It's a different ball game. It's different
low.
when you small. What's up?
I
you
want
don't
to tell
think
you
Canelo
this
being
is
a decline
like,
factor.
yeah. What'd you say?
I was asking Low, you don't think Canelo being on the decline is gonna be a factor?
No, no, because Bud is also older and like I said, Bud's never seen nothing like Canelo. Canelo's seen Bud
I,
and fought.
let me tell Lo this situation because I told Mazuma this. But listen, when Sweet Pea, I think he just beat Vasquez, right? Larry Merchant asked him, he said, will you go after the pound for pound king, Roy Jones? And his answer should have been the same answer what Crawford said. He said, that's preposterous. He said, I'm 147. He's 168 pounds. That's preposterous, Larry. And that's the same thing that's happening with this fight. It's
But
preposterous.
but look at this.
Yeah, but the
At that
difference
time,
is
right?
ain't nobody asked for it. Ain't nobody asked for that fight. Bud just
But look at
decided
this
in his
though.
mind he wanted to fight Canelo.
Right.
At that time, right? When Pernell beat Vasquez at 154, the champion there, the main champion, the top dog was Terry Norris. Pernell wasn't going to move up to that smoke to him because once again, you fighting a guy that's bigger than you, maybe faster than you, just as athletic. That's a whole different ball game.
At 154?
Canelo, yeah.
Okay,
Terry
I got
Norris was the champ. Terry Norris was he was a champion there, so was Vasquez, but Norris was the main dude there.
I got you.
Canelo moved up and fought. I'm not calling him a cherry pick, but he knew what champion to go after. He
Yeah,
wasn't fighting
John
no
Ruiz.
Terry
He
Norris.
went after John Ruiz, not
Yeah,
Lennox Lewis.
exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. So with
This
that being
guy's
said,
smart on here. I like him.
So thank you, appreciate it. So with that being said, Canelo Alvarez is not some big come forward Mexican style fighter. The dude has skills. The only thing he's slow on his feet, but he got footwork. I mean, he got head movement. He's a hell of a counter puncher. Coming forward, he sets traps. Crawford is not as defensively sound as Canelo, man. And he's not a switch hitter. We gotta stop saying that. He turns southpaw and he stays southpaw.
To be
A switch
fair,
hitter,
though, 168 Canelo don't got the same defensive awareness of a 160, 154 Canelo. His defense completely changed.
he uses more catching punches more than the
Yeah,
slick
he
head
got a
movement.
high guard. He walks you with the high guard now, and he don't take his
He's
head off the line and utilize upper body movement how he used to because that incorporates more energy. So with him being at a weight class, he really don't belong, and he got to be more economical with his, with his stamina. So he just decided to adopt a whole different type of defense. Now, if Bud, like I said, it's an uphill battle because there's a lot of questions we don't know in terms of his punch resistance, how his legs gonna feel, how he's gonna how his conditioning gonna be at the weight. There's gonna be a lot of questions. It's an uphill battle. That's why I think Canelo might pull it off.
Yeah.
But you know,
but even then, I'm still gonna give Canelo credit for it because
Yeah.
if people were gonna give Marvin Hagler credit, if he would have beaten a Ray Leonard that was coming out for 3-year retirement, I'm giving Canelo credit
Hagler
because a
looked
lot of
bad,
haters,
though. Hagler
huh?
looked bad that fight. And I watched that
That was
live.
a close fight. That was
Yeah, he
close
looked
though.
bad. He should have knocked him
Hagler
out.
and who?
He
Hagler and
should have
who?
knocked him out.
Hagler and who?
And Ray Leonard.
Oh, Ray Leonard was shining in that fight,
He
bro.
should have knocked out Ray Leonard in 8 rounds. No more than
Bro,
8 because he coming off a 3-year layoff.
Ray Leonard, I still ain't seen nobody that fight like Ray Leonard to this day.
Hagler tried to box with him.
Because Leonard
Hagler
had
should have went in there and tried to
everything, bro.
bulldog.
Leonard had everything, bro.
He did.
He
And you know
was
what I like about Leonard?
really sharp, and he
He
was a
would
fucking dog.
and he would change up the speed of his punches. Like he'll throw some
Yeah.
jabs at a different type of
Where do
speed
you
that might
have him
move.
rated, sir? Where is he in your ranking? All
Oh, he's in
time.
my top five.
All
I'll
time?
give my top five right now. Top five. I'm gonna give you my five. Ray Robinson, Floyd, Ali, Ray Leonard, and Duran. That's the top five for me. So he's number 4.
Woo!
I like that, John.
That joint. What y'all call it in Philly? I like that joint. Hey, that's hard. I'll stick with that. I ain't gonna even reply to that one.
I like that, John. That shit
I
fire.
got Joe Lewis, but hey, he named some
Yo,
killers up
Masuma
in there.
thought I. Yo,
Joe,
Masuma thought I was gonna say T. Yo, Masuma, you thought I was gonna say T.O. T.O. T.O.
no,
Hey,
you
T.O., but look,
smart.
Mazuma, tell him about my fandom. I'm a fan of T.O. because I seen the greatness in him. You see what I'm saying? I seen the greatness in him. Even in his loss, I seen greatness. I seen him. He going for the kill. He had that boy hurt. Cambosis was hurt fighting for his life. And my best friend, he lied to me like, man, he wasn't hurt. I said, that boy was hurt. Wasn't he hurt when he got dropped?
Cambosis was hurt.
Thank you. My best friend, we ain't even friends no more because I can't be friends with nobody. You gonna lie to my face, man. That he straight up tell y'all boxing guys. He told me it was a flash knockdown. I say, just look at it. Let's watch. He won't even watch it.
And he had all type of shit going on, pneumonia, collapsed lungs. He had all type of shit going into that fight. That's why he went in there and tried to knock him out fast because he knew he didn't have it to fight the type of fight that he had to fight. That's why he went in there. Because the day of the weigh-in, from what I heard this from reliable people. And one of my people that's a podcast, a punch joint, he actually he boxed with Tio and his father. He told me they was out for dinner after the weigh-in. And this nigga's neck got real swollen, whatever. And his father was, yo, cancel the fight. He wanted him to cancel the fight, but he went to the doctor and he was like, nah, man, this fight been canceled so many times. I'm going in there. I got to give it to the fans. And when he went in there, just balls to the wall.
He fought well. He fought well.
He didn't. He went in there.
Listen.
He went in there reckless, man.
No, listen to what I'm saying. He fought well.
With heart, not skills.
He fought like Devin Haney against Ryan Garcia. He went in there for the knockout.
He fought worse. He fought worse than that because he went in there recklessly. At least
Devin. You think he fought worse than Devin Haney fought Ryan?
Yeah, because at least Devin was boxing and winning the rounds, with the exception of the rounds he got knocked down. Tio just went in there like trying to kamikaze. He went in there like whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't boxing.
That's dangerous. He was fighting like Tyson. He was coming with them bombs though. He was coming with power. Them punches.
A lot of his punches was telegraphed, and Cambosis could see it. And
That's what
it
I'm saying. That's not. You know,
that's
that's
not
not
who
But
Tio.
necessarily known.
we not gonna make no excuses because they say the same thing with Mike Tyson. Ain't no excuse. You
No,
gotta
he
fight in
lost. No,
every
no,
fight.
no. He
You
got in
can't make
there.
no excuse.
He got in there, and that's that. He lost that fight. You know what I'm
They
saying?
said
But
Mike Tyson was partying. Don't nobody want to hear about your party because you was partying when you was knocking people out in 90 seconds. You act like, oh, he just partied that night. Mazuma, what about all the other fights when he was partying and doing cocaine and
he
sleeping
had
with women?
gonorrhea when he knocked out Trevor Burbank. He said he was burning.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember
Thank you.
that. He said
So
he had
ain't
like
no excuses.
some shit, right?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings that are Mike Tyson fans. The way, because I watched that fight carefully. I watched both of them. The way Buster Douglas looked in that fight, he would have beaten damn near almost anybody that night. He was a
That's
man
fact.
possessed. He channeled in all the emotion of his mom dying, everything. He channeled all of that and put it into the right energy, bro. And he
So
boxed phenomenally. His footwork, his jab, his defense, everything was phenomenal. That version of Buster probably would have beaten Evander Holyfield.
this is
Buster
this.
always been.
Hold on. Mazuma, please let me reply to what he just said, because what he's saying is 100. He's not the first man to say that he would have beat almost anybody, including Ali and Holyfield. So he's not the first person to say that. So he's right on point.
I ain't
But
mention Ali's name, but he would have
no,
beat a lot of
I
people that night.
said the same person that said he would have beat almost anybody. They didn't use Holyfield. They used Ali. So that's the same thing. But this the point I'm trying to make. He still came back with that uppercut knockout, just like Tio. It's the same fight. They still had killer in them. Even when they was getting whooped, they still had killer. They still
Oh
almost
yeah,
won the fight. They both of
absolutely.
them champions. That's
But
what a
but
champion is to me.
yeah. But see the thing with Douglas always been a high skilled fighter. He's disciplined. You know what I mean? His
His
discipline
mama.
wasn't there. But his
His
discipline
mama.
wasn't there. For
Yes,
that
sir.
one night, he put everything together. Buster Douglas is a very skilled fighter. That version of Buster Douglas would beat all these guys today.
Yeah,
All of
Mazuma
them.
tell him.
Maybe with the exception of Tyson Fury because he was much bigger than him. Watch
Overrated.
that
He got
fight.
exposed. Tyson Fury got exposed against the cruiserweight. So he can't beat no Ali. He would have lost to a lot of guys.
And not even that,
He's
he got exposed
overrated.
before that. He got exposed by a dude that never boxed before.
Thank you. He's
Forget about
nothing.
the cruiserweight because Usyk,
A
you gotta put
killer.
respect on his name.
Oh no,
But
he's
he
an
got
all-time great.
exposed.
Say that Buster would have beat Holyfield though. That's a crazy statement.
Yeah, at
That
that
version of
Tyson,
Buster,
the one that beat Tyson.
Yo,
he
but
fought behind his
Evander was
jab.
a
He was
fucking
moving.
dog, bro. Like, ain't nobody
Watch that
ever had
fight
an
though.
easy fight with Holyfield, cuz.
Watch that fight. He looked better. Lewis's knockout was more devastating over Tyson. But watch the Douglas fight. Douglas was fucking slick
He
in
looked
that
like
ring,
Larry
bro.
Holmes, man.
Yeah, exactly. He was jabbing. He was throwing different jabs. He was jabbing straight jabs. He was jabbing with his head off the line. He was flicking the jab. He was sticking the jab. He was fading off the jab. He was hooking off the jab. He was man.
And he was fighting
Buster,
dirty. Hitting on the
yeah,
break.
Buster Douglas. His footwork was crazy that night. Buster Douglas would have beat. I remember I was growing up. I was in denial too. I was young. Watching that as an adult without being biased, Buster Douglas would have beaten Mike Tyson. Maybe a prime Mike would have done better. Who knows? Probably he would have gotten him out of there because Douglas did have a weak chin regardless. But
That
Buster
wasn't a week
Douglas was
10. How was that a week 10?
he
Where'd
did
you get
get
the
up.
week 10 from?
He did get yeah, you're right. But either way, Buster Douglas was he was the best fighter he could be at that time, just like
And
Riddick Bowe
Mazuma.
was when he beat Evander.
Bronze man said if Cus didn't die, Tyson would have been way better. I think that if Tyson would have stood with Kevin Rooney, he would have been all right.
That's true. That's true. He probably could have helped him win against Douglas too. I think he could have helped him win against
Kevin
Douglas.
Rooney had
He kind of
Kevin.
talented.
A lot of people always talk about Cus. They don't never talk about Kevin Rooney. Kevin Rooney had Mike on lock too.
Thank you.
This is when he split from Kevin. That's when shit started going left.
What split him up? Tell him what split him up, youngster. Mazuma, do you know what split him up?
I heard, but I don't know if it's
King.
true.
People be hating on Tyson's resume too. I gotta defend it because they be like, "Oh, he ain't really beat nobody good."
It was
Here's my
Robin
answer.
Givens. Mazuma, he was the one that told him the truth about Robin. Like, man, leave that hoe, man. She ain't shit. And he got mad and got fired. He told Don King that. Don King went behind Kevin Rooney back and snitched on him, and Mike got him out of there. See,
Let me
Mike,
tell you something right now.
Don was keeping the money in house with the trainers.
Mike's resume wasn't that bad, bro. Even though Larry Holmes was past his prime when Mike beat him, nobody else did that to Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes came back from that and went on to box the shit out of Ray Mercer in his prime, and he went on to give Evander a competitive fight. after Mike knocked him out in 4 rounds. So that one kind of, even though Larry wasn't in his prime at all during that time, but after Mike knocked him out, Larry went on to beat Ray Mercer and give Randall a decent fight.
Now this is a test. I'm about to give him a boxing test. Now tell Mazuma why he lost that fight against Mike Tyson. Tell him the real reason. I'm gonna test his boxing knowledge, Larry Holmes, because I know why.
Why he lost.
Yeah, why he lost.
Oh, you're gonna get deep. So I'm reading your mind now. Let me see. You're gonna
Oh,
say
you don't know why?
he did that for Muhammad Ali.
No, the reason why he lost. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't make up.
When Don King did.
Yeah, I'm about to tell you what happened, and when I tell y'all don't know, it's gonna make sense. Okay, what happened was he taught him why he just lost to Spinks. That's 2 losses in a row. He had to prepare in 6 weeks. He wasn't prepared. That's why he came back and was such a great fighter. He was having training camps. He only had a short training camp. He was not prepared. He had the long layoff. He off about 2 years, and he fighting the baddest man on the planet.
That makes sense.
If he had the consistency, he probably would have beat Mike because he beat Ray Mercer. But he just came in there cold against the baddest man on the planet. It was perfect for Tyson. So that's the only reason he beat him.
No, you're right. That makes sense because prior to that, he was like on a layoff, and then after that, after that loss, he had like a little comeback. You know what I mean? And he worked his way to that Ray Mercer fight.
We only give you the truth here, but only the truth.
Speaking of Ray Mercer, and I'm gonna get off after this. Speaking of Ray Mercer, he might have probably the most brutal stoppage I've ever seen, bro. When he knocked out Tommy Morrison.
That shit was savage, bro.
Yeah, I love Tommy Morrison. That's a great fighter too.
I got an autograph from Ray Mercer. Glove is at the gym. Shout out to Ray Mercer, man.
Honorable person.
He's from Newark. No, he's from Atlantic City, I think.
That's where I met him at.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Hey, like you said, at least we got to the bottom of the Tyson Larry Holmes debacle. That's what happened. He just that's why he came back and was so successful and gave Holyfield problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Mike would have beat a prime Larry Holmes neither. Anonymous salutes.
No, Larry Holmes was all wrong for him too.
Yeah.
So do you think if Larry beats Michael Spinks and continue, he can get his 50-0 off Iron Mike, or Iron would have clipped him?
I don't know, because once again that was Iron Mike at his best as well. You know what I mean? So.
Yes, sir. That would have been an ultimate matchup. Yep. That we got the Mayweather Pacquiao version of Tyson and Larry Holmes, just like Holyfield and Tyson. We never get it perfect. We missed out on AJ and Wilder. That would have been the best fight since Joe Frazier and Ali if they would have fought in 2018.
Yeah, bro, we got fucked out of so many fights, bro. On some real shit, bro. And I know this shit might sound. I wish Turkey Al-Sheikh came a few years earlier, bro.
Yep.
It's always been like that, though.
He would have came around like 2014, 2015. Man, we would have got so many fights, bro.
But he's doing us a disservice with this fight, with the Crawford Canelo. He's stabbing us in the back. He should look out for it, man. He the one making this happen. I don't like it. He should have made the Benavidez and Canelo fight. He making an easy fight for Canelo.
You gotta take into consideration though, Turkey Al-Sheikh, although he's a boxing fan and shit like that, his main objective is to get people to come to Saudi Arabia, right? They've been investing billions on top of billions of dollars to reverse the stigma that Saudi Arabia has. So they're not really concerned with making fights like best versus the best, although they have done that. And he's expressed interest in that. He wants big events.
That's fact.
Events that's going to draw people to fly out to come see this event. That's why we seen AJ versus Ngannou. This is why because it's not necessarily about the fight being meaningful or it's about it being a big fucking event. You see what I'm saying? So Turkey Al-Sheikh, bro, if he would have been around 2014, 2015, bro, that Wilder and Joshua fight probably would have been made 3 times already.
So will this clip the Mike Tyson Buster Douglas as the biggest upset if Crawford pull it off?
No, absolutely not. Crawford's not a 40-1 underdog. No way.
He should be.
Not 40-1. You know.
He said he should be. He crazy.
Yeah, that's like Tank versus Canelo. That's 40-1.
When Mike and Buster Douglas, it felt like the world stopped for a few minutes when that shit happened. I think that there will be a lot of like shock and shit like that. But I don't think it'll be like
My homie was crying when it happened. We were kids.
Tyson and Buster.
Hell yeah, he was crying, bro.
I was crying with joy.
For me, the hardest loss for me to witness was everybody
Tito,
witnessed the bad loss. Tito, the Tito to be hot. That was the worst.
I read your
That one
mind.
was bad. And
I
Colo
felt
when he
like shit when I watched Tito lose to Roy though.
no.
When he
Also, I'm
lost
gonna
to
tell
Hopkins,
you,
that killed me.
Because you could
I'm gonna tell
tell
you another bad one.
you could tell Tito ain't having no more, man. So it was like
I'm gonna
That
tell you which
first
one
loss,
was
the
really
worst,
sad.
Mazuma. That first loss, always the worst on any fighter.
Nah,
he
I'm
bounced
gonna tell
back.
you which one was bad.
He bounced back from
Watching,
it though. It's just I think he lost like his fire after that, bro. Kind of like
Yep.
you know how like Mikey Garcia lost to Earl and then like he just was like, man.
yeah, that's why different fighters bounce back, bro.
That was
You know
the
which one was
same
hard?
nonsense. Why would he fight Earl Spence? So stupid.
He ruined his
Lorenzo
career.
Smith,
He
Roy
could have
was
got to Loma
expected.
Smoke.
I know that. I know it was expected, but it still sucks to watch like a fighter who was once like at the top of the world no longer look like themselves. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I watch Gamboa fight to this day, bro, I'll be upset, bro. I'll be like, damn.
He was nasty.
Rigondeaux quit. He quit. That you think that don't hurt? He quit. That hurt.
Nah,
Man.
watching Cotto take the knee.
I wasn't
Bro, when
on. I
Cotto
wasn't
took the
on.
Puerto Rican knee, bro.
What happened?
When Miguel Cotto took the Puerto Rican knee, that shit right there crushed
Oh
me,
my
bro.
god! Why you say
Hey, that's
Puerto
a real G. I love that man. He a real G for that knee.
Hold up. Why you said the Puerto Rican knee, Lo? That's petty as shit.
I heard that shit now. I was going back and forth with somebody, and somebody had trolled said that to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what they called it, the Puerto Rican knee. That
Hey,
shit was sad.
Crazy.
He
he's a
took the knee.
gentleman.
But I'm gonna tell you right now though. See, Cotto, the only thing I give him over Tito, even though I don't rank him ahead of Tito, Cotto was able to bounce back from some fucking terrible losses, bro.
Yes.
He took that beating from Margarita with plaster, right? And then eventually he took another beating while he was weight drained by Manny Pacquiao. Cotto never got discouraged. He came right back in there and put up fights. Even when he lost to
already
Floyd,
like
it was
40 fights,
competitive.
cuz.
He fought Floyd. He beat. Hey, that Floyd fight was good. That
He
was
came
one of
back
Floyd's
and
best fights.
beat the bull. What was his name? Sheffrey or some shit like that. And then he the bull when Tito came back and knocked that bull out with that weird hairstyle. What was his name?
Oh man, you talking about Sharifi?
Sharifi.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'll tell you the
And then
worst
he
loss.
beat up on Mayorga, so he bounced back. I just think that
No, he retired after Sharifi.
he retired and then he came back with Mayorga, right?
Yeah, and then lost to Winky. That shit was bad too. And then
I'm gonna
retired
give
and
y'all
came
the
back to
loss.
Roy.
The loss that
Tito's like
ruined boxing.
Tyson, dog, and like when niggas usually hit that 40 mark, they start slowing down.
Yep. Hey,
Yeah.
the loss that ruined boxing. Zab Judah
Mikey
lost
40 and
to
0. Mikey like 40
Costa
and 0.
Tito was 40, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was 40 and 0.
Mikey hit 40 and 0.
Yeah, he was 40 and 0 also. He only needed 10 more fights. That's why I don't understand.
Mikey was a fucking monster, bro. But he was like 40 and 0 with like 34 knockouts, bro.
Yep. The worst loss in history is Zab Judah to Costa Zoo. That ruined boxing for me. It took my heart, man. That took my heart.
Why that's the worst?
Because they cheated, my man. You gonna act like just because he fall back there, you gotta stop the fight, man. Keep going.
Bro. That was a bad knockdown, bro.
No, it don't matter how bad. Trevor Burbick was a worse than knockdown, but he kept counting. Mills Lane gave him a shot. He fell down 8 times.
Listen, put yourself in the shoes of an official. Their main objective is to make sure that you following the rules, one, and you ensuring the safety of a fighter, right? That's their main objective. Zab Judah got hit by Costa Zoo while he was going backwards. The ref sees this man's head bounce off the canvas, right?
Okay.
He gets up. His legs are gone. He literally got up and was on his tippy toes, had zero balance, then fell again on his knees and chest.
Now, based on your words,
what was the ref supposed to do?
Okay, I'm about to tell you what he's supposed to do. Based on your words, you said official. Put myself in official. Mills Lane. He got hit with a left hook to the temple. He fell, bust his head on the canvas. Fell down 8, 9 times. He kept counting. So his main objective was not safety. He was trying to give Trevor Burbick a chance to fight. So it's not always the main objective safety. That's just if you want to stop him.
He should have stopped that shit too.
No.
Letting that nigga fall.
Bro. Well, I'm saying Trevor got a chance to get knocked out. I'm saying
Trevor after that, bro.
But,
That
but
wasn't.
Mazuma, listen what I'm saying. Trevor got a chance to get counted out. Zab got right up. He just fell back down. He was together. That's why he choked him. He was ready to fight. He just was out for a couple seconds. He was
It's
dead
not
right
about.
there.
It's not about how they were after the fact. That's how they were in that moment. In that moment, Zab was gone, bro.
No,
I'm
but
gonna
I'm
tell you the
saying,
worst knockout. I'm gonna tell you one of the worst knockouts I've ever seen. I'm gonna get off. I've been saying I'm gonna get off for the longest. I'm gonna get off for sure.
I'll get up off of here right after you, bro. It's cool.
You
Go ahead.
remember when Simon Brown got knocked out by Vincent Petway? He was on his back throwing punches.
yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. He was like this. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that shit. That was
that
bad.
was back in the Showtime when Showtime was lit. We had two networks, HBO and Showtime. Showtime had the announce team with Bobby Chaz and Ferdy Pacheco, the fight doctor. Remember them?
Yeah.
Them was the best. They was the best, man. They
You know what's
better than that.
crazy?
We used to
You
have
know what's crazy?
HBO and Showtime. Now we got fucking DAZN and BLK Prime.
But you know what's
They
crazy though?
better.
You figure with times it would get better. The telecast, as far as the quality, the documentary in between the fights, the music, the color commentating, it was better back then with HBO and Showtime. They had a
100%.
better, they had a way better
Bro.
team.
HBO is my favorite.
Dog, if you go on
HBO
YouTube,
was
right?
fire. That was like a movie, man. They was at the theater
Dog,
with
listen,
it.
go on YouTube, right? Look up some old school Hector Camacho fights, but look up the whole HBO broadcast. You watch the whole fucking show. When it starts off, they start giving Camacho's backstory. They play the 80s music. There's nothing like it, man. Like real nostalgia, man. I'm glad YouTube got all that still to this day. Like they don't just show you the fight, they'll give you the whole telecast. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Rob said HBO
Yeah.
24/7 was fire. That's the best series boxing ever created, bro.
To this day, nothing could top that. The
Like,
music, the
I
narrative.
think Zab had the potential to be one of the greatest.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer, but there's
nah,
different levels.
he not yet.
I don't know, but
Zab should
he
have been
might
in the
be.
Hall of Fame.
He might be, but I don't think it's kind of stored. See, there's different levels of greatness, right? Funny you mentioned that. I was having a conversation with somebody about that. And, I was saying for me, there's levels. You got Hall of Fame, and then you got great, and then you got all time great.
Facts.
Zab will fall into the Hall of Fame category, being that he was undisputed champion, but I can't call him an all time great because he didn't beat any of his real contemporaries. Like, when you're all time great, you got to beat some of them. You know what I mean? You
Corey
got to beat
Spink.
some of them. Yeah,
Yo,
but that's
Brownsman
one.
has been around. Brownsman was y'all at Ennis versus Rosado fight. Damn, you talking about a Philly classic right there. I was too young. That fight, when the fuck was that fight? Let me check that shit out. You talking about when Boots' brother fought Gabe Rosado? Hell yeah, that was a Philly banger, bro. Hold on, let me look that shit up. What year
So
was that?
Boo's brother is a professional fighter.
He had two brothers that was professional, bro. He had Farah Ennis and he had Pooh. He had Pooh Ennis.
Damn. Oh, so he come from the boxing family.
And Bozy was a pro too. Yeah, bro. Gabe Rosado fought Derek Pooh Ennis at the wait, what arena was that? The South Philly Arena, bro. That was 2010. So 2010, 15, nigga. I was 12. I was 12 in 2010.
Oh,
So
98.
I was too young to be out there, but I remember that shit, bro.
That's some real fighting right there. That's some real Philadelphia got the best
Bro,
smoking
the
crazy.
fact that you know that fight, bro, you done been Brownsman done been around, cause you might just be from Philly. Brownsman, you from Philly? Cause damn, a lot of niggas don't know about that, John. Like you had to be deep in boxing.
Man, Mazuma, we covered some real boxing tonight for real. We showed them.
This would be scaring the audience though. They don't like that hardcore boxing talk. You know what I'm saying? They be wanting to talk, about Tank Nails and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? All you, if you want to scare them little casual boxing fans away or these fake boxing fans, you just gotta talk that. You gotta get in your historian bag. They all fly away. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that Tank support foreign fighters more than black fighters publicly.
Say that again.
I don't like the fact that Tank supports foreign fighters more than he supports his own fighters, his black fighters.
A lot of niggas got that inferiority complex, bro. They don't like to rejoice or celebrate people that look like them. They feel
Yep.
like they embrace people that don't look like them that make them feel like they different or they cool. Tank really got like this complex where he want to prove so bad that he cool and like he got like this certain mystique to him. The whole time, nigga, you look like a fucking cornball, cuz. Syfe Buzz said Boots, the baby brother, he way younger. They all focused on him. Yeah, bro. They all had
And you
their
got
time.
all that hatred. You got all that hatred towards your own people, man. You be
Yeah.
saying it publicly, man.
Pooh and Farad, they like pushing 40, I think. For Pooh like 40 already. And I think Farad a little bit younger than yeah, so they've been done boxing. Farad was trying to make a comeback on Boost undercard, but I don't know. I think he ended up giving up, man. You know what I mean? Your body can only take so much. And you know, when you take a long ass layoff and then you try to get back in camp, sometimes your body don't respond the same. That's what happened with Mike Donna. Remember Mike Donna? He was coming back.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? He was about to make a comeback at 154. He was working out and then he just stopped. That's because you know what I mean. Once you take, sometimes your body won't never bounce back, bro.
My dream is Crawford gets the upset and then he can make the Tank Davis fight. Coming back down to 147, coming on the fight.
Bro, I would fucking love that, bro.
Hmm.
I would love to see Crawford punch on Tank, bro. Oh my
Hmm.
god. Tank will never take that chance though, because he's such a turkey. He would
Nah,
never.
you not too tight.
Yeah, he'll talk shit to you in person and talk shit to you on Twitter, but he won't never get in no ring with no Terrence Bud Crawford, bro.
But if you gonna beef with Tank, just expose him. Like, man, you hard against minorities, but when it come to them white folks, you all nice. Why you don't call Lomachenko no punk ass bitch? Why you call Devin Haney all type of
They
out of
used to disrespect the shit out of Tank, bro. I remember that shit.
mm-hmm.
Obviously he wasn't cursing shit, but they'd be like, why you don't think Crawford, I mean Tank doesn't want to, talk about fighting you. He was like, oh, cause he know. I was like, what? I was
Mm.
like, oh hell no. I said Loma talking green. He pretty much calling Tank a bitch. Like he know he don't want this gas for real. And I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And then once Loma start looking older and niggas start beating him, Tank like, oh now I'll fight you. Now I'll fight you.
Yep. Yep. That was like he trying to get him down. I'm like, man, but
On
I
some
thought
real shit,
Lomachenko should have took it.
even
He should have
after
took
no, yo, Mastermind on some real shit. I ain't even hear Tank call out Loma after the Haney loss. I heard Tank call out Loma after Loma said he don't want to box no more.
mm-hmm.
When he was talking about that he ain't really want to fight Cambosis, but his dad persuaded him. You know what I'm saying? That was when then I heard, oh, Tank and Loma in negotiations. I'm like, huh? I just heard Loma talk about he don't want to rumble no more.
Yeah, I don't respect it, man, how they did Devin Haney because all these close fights we done had in the history of boxing, y'all act like this was the biggest robbery ever. That's
Yeah,
what they act like. That's
I
how
watched that,
ridiculous they are.
bro. They was talking so crazy about Haney that I went back and watched it. I'm like, I think Haney beat him.
Mm-hmm. He did. But they don't like him because he black.
That's exactly why, bro.
Yep. And he got his daddy. How you gonna tell him to get away from his daddy? Your daddy the one got you everything.
Well, I try to tell you, they only do that to black fathers, cause why why nobody ever say shit to Jose Benavidez Sr.? He be talking shit. Don't nobody ever be like, he does too much. He does too much with David. Oh, he needs to he need to let his son be. You never hear nobody say nothing about Jose Benavidez Sr. You
Hey,
never hear nobody say shit about like let's like fucking can I be hearing Cambosis. I don't know if that's Cambosis' dad, the one that choked up T.O. Senior and shit like that.
mm-hmm.
You don't even hear T.O. Senior get that much criticism. You just be like niggas a clown and be like, oh, he a cokehead and dope fiend, whatever they fuck they want to call him. But I don't never hear them be like, as much as Bill, they be like, oh, T.O. Senior need to let his son speak for himself. Like you never hear that, bro. It's always with black fathers, bro. And then I was
Hey,
watching
Zoom.
earlier, and Deion Sanders, Deion Sanders' son was talking about it. He was like, "Yo, like, why people so pressed about me having a supportive father? I don't understand that shit." They think
Mazuma, it ain't one person.
it's
Hey, it ain't one person that made it in this game that I say should get away from their father. None of them. I wouldn't even tell Roy to leave his daddy. I ain't telling Floyd to leave his daddy. None of them.
They beef was real though. They had
Yeah,
problems.
I'm saying even if I was in that camp, I'm telling Roy to get with his daddy. I don't want you. I know you could do it without him, but I think you better with him. I think Wilder better with Breland.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, man, I'm gonna let you go on and get some rest, man. I'm about to go on and check out some Tubi.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you. I'm gonna get up
Hey,
off here too, man.
appreciate you,
Thank
man. Good boxing. Good boxing.
For sure, for sure. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Lorenzo, I was gonna say that same shit. Cotto was better with his uncle, but his uncle passed away, so he can't really help that. But we didn't even get to talk about Nick Ball being the A side for the Inoue fight, or at least Nick Ball saying that. Nick Ball out of his fucking mind. Just because he moving up to your weight class and you a champion, that does not warrant you to be the A side at all. Inoue is the bigger star than you. You don't do the numbers in your hometown that he does in his hometown. You need to knock it off. You are not the A side with Nayu and Inoue. You know what I'm saying? Rare moment where I'm defending Nayu and Inoue, but the facts is the facts. I don't know what Nick Ball talking about. You are not on the same level as an Inoue in terms of popularity, in terms of accolades. Shit. And in my opinion, I don't think you could beat. I don't know if he even beats Nayu anyway. We keeping it real. I think it's a very intriguing fight stylistically. Nick Ball definitely has a chance, but to consider yourself the A side because you're a champion in the division he's going to be moving up to, that's not how that shit works. It's not about who's the champion at the time or anything of that nature. It's all about who generates more. You know what I'm saying? And I hate talking the business of boxing, but I had to bring it up. When Canelo moved up to fight Sergey Kovalev, who was the champion at the time, who was the A side? Wasn't Sergey Kovalev. Imagine Sergey Kovalev saying that. You would sound like an absolute idiot. You feel me? So it's about what you draw. It's about what you bring to the table. It's about what you generate. It's not about what you have during that time. I wish Brian Norman understood that, but he fucked himself over and now he fighting on Michaela Mayer undercard. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's the talk for the day. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love. If y'all can hit the like button as soon as I get up out of here, that'd be very much appreciated. You know what I mean? Y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. I'll be back at y'all with another live tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that one. Until then, this is Mazuma TV. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm out of here, man. Peace.